there we go. So, good evening, guys. You've got the unfamiliar sight of myself whilst we await the rest of the Manchester Blue team to join us ahead of tonight's game with Wolves. As you can see, I'm at the Etihad Stadium yet again tonight. I'm making a bit of a habit of it, and we're I don't like to curse things, but we get to lose a game with myself in attending this season. Not that we lose many games anyway, but another big game for City tonight. Another opportunity for us to extend this miraculous winning streak that we've been on for what seems like forever. 21 wins in a row is the target tonight. We come up against the Wolves side, who are in okay form themselves. They've not had the greatest season, by all accounts, by the high standards they've set themselves over recent times. They're currently sitting 12th place, which is a little bit lower than Nuno and Co would like them to be at this point in the season. But they are unbeaten in the last 6. They're a stubborn side. They're a good side on the counter-attack. I think we've seen on a couple of occasions the sort of damage that Adama Traore and the likes can do to this side. So it's set up for a really entertaining game tonight. Quickly run through the team news for you, for any of you who haven't yet seen it. So there's a couple of changes for City tonight. We've got Ederson in goal, Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, Aymeric Laporte, who replaces John Stones, and João Cancelo in the back four, with Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri and Bernardo Silva as the midfield three, and Riyad Mahrez, Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus in what is a completely changed front three from the one that started the game at the weekend against West Ham. A bit more versatility there, a bit more of that unpredictability with the three up front, interchanging like we used to, as opposed to that sole striker figure in Sergio Aguero for us tonight. And for Wolves, it's Rui Patricio in net, Castro, Roman Saiz, Connor Cody, Leon Dendoncker and Hover at the back. João Moutinho and Neves sit in the middle of the park, with Pedro Neto, Nelson Semedo and Adama playing up front. Sort of similar to City in that Wolves have a lot of versatile players who like to chop and change as the game goes on. They're like we come to expect with Pep, the starting lineup you'll see on the team sheets. You can try and pick the positions, but in reality, when the game kicks off, it's going to be a little bit of everything. But yeah, as far as expectations ahead of the game go, I think City going to the game understandably as big favourites, and rightly so. We've won 20 games in a row. We should be going into every game as big favourites, and yeah, we will be expected to get the job done tonight. It won't be an easy task. Again, it's a heavily rotated squad as we've seen over the last few weeks. Slightly surprised to see Phil Foden on the bench again tonight. I think that's a big, strong indicator that he will start the derby on Sunday. And then obviously we've got one eye on the Mönchengladbach second leg next week as well. So he's earned himself a rest with his performances in recent weeks. But I think his energy would have been something that he's not really want to look for the man when he's got the opportunity to cut in on that left foot. And when you've got a left foot like Mahrez, you can understand the thinking behind that. But he set up Sterling for the opener against Arsenal, or the only goal against Arsenal, I should say. And obviously he was on hand to provide for John Stones at the weekend against West Ham. So I think, Mahrez has been in some good form. I'm glad to see him start tonight. As I am to see Jesus back in the side, like I've just said earlier about the high intensity, the pressing. I think Jesus offers that. Jesus has got that. We question his finishing at times, but no one can question his work rate. He's always pressing that back four. He's always looking to pounce on any mistakes, and hopefully he'll get opportunities tonight. So yeah, it's let's see what else we've got.
Good evening, Tom. How are you doing, pal?
Oh, just as we're speaking, we've got the man himself
back in the game.
Yeah,
how's it going, pal? You okay?
Yeah, not so bad. We're just having a look at some of the predictions in the comments. I know you're not going to be one to give any predictions. It's not usually our forte to give us any what you think is going to happen, but we've got a couple of 5-0s and a 3-0 so far. So as far as the comments go,
are people underestimating this Wolves? Yeah, are people underestimating this Wolves team already?
This is what I've just been saying. I'm saying that they've not had the greatest season as far as it's gone in recent times, but they're always a dangerous side, and the threat on the counter attack, Adama Traore starting through the middle tonight. He's going to be looking to get on the end of any long balls over the top, and they'll cause the problems tonight, Wolves. I think I agree in that I do think we'll win tonight. I think just the way we're playing, we should have too much for this side, but it's not going to be a routine game by any stretch of the imagination.
No, let's listen. We've got a fantastic squad out tonight. I'm sure you have. You talked about the squad yet? I've only just come into.
Yeah, I just ran through the 2 starting 11s. Yeah, I've just briefly mentioned the Bernardo coming in for his energy and some the fully changed front 3, and then I was just going to move on to Laporte at the back, which I might as well ask you. John Stones drops out after scoring the winner on Saturday.
Yeah, I think.
Surprised to see.
This is pure squad rotation. I think we've got to bear in mind with John Stones as well. He has been made of glass for the last 18 months. He has played a lot of games in the last couple of months as well, and a squad and to have the option to bring in a Laporte is for me is a like for like replacement for John Stones and that security at the back. I am worried about Wolves. I think is Neto playing for them? I've not even looked at the Wolves start. Yeah, Neto's playing, and Traore's not scored a game since the Titanic sunk, so he's bound to start and score against us tonight, isn't he? So I'm looking at this thinking, don't be too confident yet, Blues. Let's just do a professional. If the best City team turns up, we're winning, hands down, no questions asked. I would say that against any team in the world right now. It's just we need to make sure we take our chances. We're ruthless in front of goal, keep the possession. But let's not forget Wolves can score goals, and they have got a really good record against us at the moment. I think they're one of the best teams for the playing against us when it comes to opposition.
Yeah,
so
I think that Wolves are a similar side in their style of play to the way that Leicester play, and obviously Leicester had loads of success against us with Vardy getting those runs in behind the high line, and that's what they look to execute tonight with Neto, with Traore, with Semedo. It looks like he's playing higher than he usually plays as well, so they know that there'll be gaps in behind tonight because City will always play with the high line because of the sheer dominance of possession that we have. So they'll have opportunities to get in behind, and they've got in the middle of the park in Moutinho and Neves. They've got two of the best passes of the ball in the Premier League, so they'll have opportunities tonight, and for sure they'll test Ederson more than he's been tested in recent weeks. But it's just a case of us coming out and doing what we do and limiting the amount of chances that they get in terms of not giving the ball away cheaply, and I think that again that's why Rodri's been brought in to do that nitty gritty, that physical side of the game that maybe he does slightly better than Fernandinho just sheerly because of his build. So I think Pep's made the right changes tonight and who he's brought in. Although I would have had Foden playing tonight if I was Pep.
I would have liked to have seen Foden play. I mean, let's not forget it. I'm looking at our bench. We have some wonderful options on our bench: Stones, Gundogan, Aguero, Zinchenko, Stefan, Torres, Fernandinho, Foden, Garcia. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I would wager those 9 players against 11 players against any bottom 3, bottom 5, bottom 6 teams. I think they'd give anyone a game. Those 9 players, phenomenal bench to look at. One noticeable person in that on that bench is Garcia, who's been confirmed that he's going to be going to Barcelona. I think we all kind of knew that, and Pep said it would have broke his heart not to have played him on the bench tonight. And yeah, do you know what? I don't blame him for seeing him there. I don't think he's featured since November, December. I don't think he's actually played for us, but he's a backup to have if needs be. But we got John Stones there if anything was to happen to Diaz and Laporte. But it's where's the game going to be won or lost today, Tom? In your opinion?
I think I just slightly touched upon it a minute ago. I think it's more that us not giving away cheap possession, not allowing them. We'll set up strong as a back four, and we will limit them balls in behind as much as we can. But if we do give the ball away cheaply in midfield and Traore gets the head start on the back four, it's one of them where they're a side who, if Wolves do score tonight, I can't see it coming through a 30-pass build-up play. It's going to come through a ball over the top, a ball in behind, and one of them pacey wide men getting on the end of it. So I think if we can play our own game the way that we know that we can and not give away cheap possession and not allow them the opportunity to hit us on quick counter-attacks where we're not structured, I think we should be okay. But no, I think like I say, that high line that we play, they'll look to exploit that, and they've got the players and they've got the quality to do so as well. It's not that they've just got a quick striker like we see sides like just put someone who's quick up top to try and run in behind. They've got players who have the ability not only to get in behind but to finish those chances to get them. So yeah, I'm not overly concerned about us not winning the game, but at the same time, I do think it's going to be a difficult game tonight.
Yeah, I'm just wanting to spend a bit of attention on our midfield tonight. De Bruyne, Rodri and Bernardo Silva. Bags of energy from Bernardo. I'm expecting him to be covering 10, 12k tonight like he always does. Rodri's going to be the enforcer, but De Bruyne I'm expecting to have a bit of a free role, and I'm hoping he's a bit more match fit, match ready. You know, he's still got the moment of madness and a moment of brilliance in him, but he gave the ball away far too much, and he was so sloppy in possession. The last game we played, I'm expecting to see a better De Bruyne tonight. What about you?
Yeah, and I think going back to the way that Wolves play, a lot of teams come here and sit 11 men behind the ball and try and get a point, and that's that. That's not the way that Wolves will play tonight. That's not the way Nuno likes his sides to play. And them two in the middle of the park in Bernardo and De Bruyne, they will have time and space on the ball. They will have the opportunity to pick out sort of those passes and find Sterling, Jesus, Mahrez getting in behind. So, he wasn't amazing, was he, against West Ham at the weekend? He got into a couple of team of the weeks, which surprised me. I don't think well, for me, he definitely didn't have his best game in a City shirt, but we'll see him with the assist for the Diaz goal that he's got that quality and he'll never lose that quality. But it's just a case of him doing the simple things right tonight, which is, I think, what let him down at the weekend. Those routine side-to-side passes that you just expect him to do in his sleep, where he's giving the ball away. And that's exactly what I'm touching upon when I say we can't do that tonight and allow Neves, Moutinho the opportunity to pull the strings, because they're good enough to do that. So, I'm hoping De Bruyne plays well tonight. I don't think I've ever seen De Bruyne have a really two bad games back to back, I should say. So I'm expecting him to bounce back tonight. And with Bernardo in there doing all the pressing and all the running, he should have less of the nitty gritty to do, which can allow him to focus on sort of doing the creative stuff a little bit more.
It's interesting to see Sterling start. I'm looking at that front three, and I'm thinking, right, I want, you know what I'm like. I like to pick a player to watch and see how they perform. I think Sterling's. Who's going to be captain today? Is it going to be De Bruyne or Sterling, do you think?
De Bruyne.
Yeah.
De Bruyne.
Yeah. I'm expecting... I shouldn't... Probably... There's been times when I've been probably expecting a little bit too much from Sterling and put a bit too much pressure on his shoulders. But today's the type of game where I really want to see him run at players. I want to see him be creative. I want to see him tracking back. I want to see him doing all the ugly things as well as all the pretty things. And he's my man to watch today. He's the player I'm looking forward to watching. And I think we're going to see shots from Mahrez as well. I want to, the other day, I was more than happy to see shots from Mahrez because we just weren't able to get past the West Ham defence as much. So shots from outside the box, I'm not minding so much. So tonight, I'm going to give Mahrez a bit of a free rein, shoot on sight tonight, pal. Let's see if we can get some goals outside the box today.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just quickly looking over at the sides warming up, and you all know from being at City, the starting 11 and the subs split off, and you've got 10 of the starting 11 there doing the routine sort of passing, a little bit of just interplay amongst themselves, and then Ruben Diaz has pulled off one-to-one coaching, winning headers, just doing really, whilst they're all coming into the final stages of the cool down, he's still there giving it the long passes, winning headers, doing the really hard, intense stuff. And I think we spoke about him in the week or yesterday during the podcast, saying about how good he's been and how good he can be, and stuff like that is what you just love to see from the man, because you can tell he's just always in that. He's got that killer instinct. He's always just making sure he's doing as much as he can be doing. That being said as well, I can't see Aguero warming up with the subs. I don't know what that means as far as Aguero's minutes tonight, where he is. But the 5 outfield subs aside from Aguero are there doing the little one-touch, no-bounce stuff. Stefan's warming up in the goal, but Aguero's not out on the pitch warming up. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know what that means. I don't know if I'm looking too deeply into that. But that's just an an observation more so than any
probably
sort
getting a warm up into a muscle rub or something like that to get him to get his muscles ready for it. I'm very, very welcome to see Cancelo tonight. I'm really looking forward to watching him play in that midfield right back, left back position he's going to be playing in tonight. There's the general consensus that Nelson Semedo is going to be man marking him, or at least trying to look after him at some point. I think Wolves could, they could do a smash and grab on us tonight. We need all our defenders and Rodri included in that to be absolute rocks tonight and work for each other, because if it worries me if Wolves go ahead and get the first goal, they're just going to defend like absolute beasts for the rest of the game. And would we be able to break them down? I'm sure we would, but we might get a little bit impatient, and that's where errors start to come through. What does everyone think score-wise?
I've still not seen a comment to suggest that anyone thinks we're going to get beat. I have seen a comment which I presume is referring to me, saying, "Is that Kaka?" So I've been compared to worse in the past. I think I do need a haircut quite badly. I might look like a Kaka from about 15 years ago. So I'm not sure who put that in, but I appreciate that. Lloyd Samuels it was. So cheers, Lloyd, if you are. My football ability's not quite there, but yeah, the questionable lockdown haircut may be remotely similar to.
Why did you never sign for City? Why did you not sign with Gary Cook?
That's a story for a complete other podcast, isn't it? So yeah, but as far as the comments are going, we've got a comment here. Wolves will be tough tonight. Absolutely, there'll be no walkover. We'll have to be at our best. Tougher game than the Rags, which fair enough. It will potentially be a tougher game. In the way that I think Wolves' style of play is more effective against City, like I said before, like the way that Leicester play. That high, that getting in behind, high press, counter-attacking football is what for me works best against us. And Leicester came and put 5 goals past us. They're doing that earlier in the season. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination saying that Wolves will score 5 tonight, but it's effective, and when it works, it works really well. So we weren't at our best against West Ham at the weekend, but we got the win. We'll have to play better tonight than we did against West Ham if we want to have a comfortable victory. But yeah, I think we should be okay tonight.
An interesting statistic, City cannot be mathematically relegated. They're currently the only team in the Premier League to be able to say we are actually safe for another season. We have top flight league again tomorrow, next season, guys. Yes. 39 clear with 36 left to play for. Premier League, here we come. I miss those days of bouncing around.
Oh, how the times have changed, eh?
How we laughed, yeah.
I mean, I'd love to say that I remember those days like you do, Tom, but I'd be lying to you. I don't remember much of those tough times, but I'm sure many people watching along with us tonight did.
Lucky lad.
But yeah, the teams are now just heading off to go and have their final chats before kick-off. So, it's a really tough one tonight, because as far as I'm concerned, I can either see it being sort of 3-4-0. I think if we score early, we'll give them real problems. But equally, I wouldn't be surprised if we're in for a tough evening tonight. And I think I do agree with, I'm not sure, was it Lloyd who said? Someone said, I can't find the comment now, about it being tougher than United. And yeah, as far as the game itself goes, I think this will be a tougher fixture tonight. But I'd love to get the game wrapped up and sort of we can make changes, give people rest ahead of the derby. But we take it one game at a time, like we have been doing for the last 20. So
you might think it'll be a tougher game. Yeah, but mentally and emotionally, this is not going to be as tough. This is not going to be tougher than United. Crikey, that's a massive game. You can take all form out the window when it comes to Derby Day, guys. Massive game next week. It's 4:30 kick-off on Sunday, isn't it? Which annoys me as well, because I can't enjoy the weekend. I have to wait till the last couple of hours of my spare time to watch the derby, and I'll just be a nervous wreck. Yeah, hate it. Anyway,
but equally, if we not that we're going to get beat because we won't lose, but if we do get beat and we kick off on Saturday lunchtime, then your weekend's proper ruined, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
you got a proper ruined weekend when you lose. This way, you're a little bit nervous, but you still sort of somewhere in your brain, though, you won't admit it, you'll still be thinking, yeah, we'll get them done. But then if we lose on Saturday lunchtime, that's your weekend. That's written off.
We had
We
had Ricky Hatton's son on the show a few weeks ago, Campbell Hatton, and his fight is on Saturday night. He's going to be hoping for 2 victories that weekend, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure. I mean, I'm not sure I've ever watched him fight properly. Does he come out to Blue Moon like Ricky used to?
He's only just started his career. He's only just started. He's only a young lad. He's literally just. But
does he not? They've still got walkout tunes now.
I don't know. No idea what he comes out to.
Surely he comes out to Blue Moon.
We should message him and ask the question, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure. I tell you, even if he doesn't. If he gets given a choice of a walkout song on Saturday night ahead of Derby Day on Sunday, there's no chance that he don't walk out to Blue Moon. I think that's your safest bet of the weekend. I think so.
So you sound quite relatively confident with tonight's game, pal.
Yeah, I'm.
Sorry to interrupt you. Are Wolves going to play 3 at the back today then?
They'll be playing with 3 centre backs with wing backs.
Look at this team now, yeah.
I mean, the way the team's lined up here suggests that Semedo is playing further forward still. But they're a very strange side to predict. I was saying before you came on, actually, they're sort of like us in the fact that you can't work out where anyone is on the pitch until they actually kick off. So they'll try and make things difficult. It's quite interesting to think that in the summer we were linked with a potential swap move of João Cancelo for Nelson Semedo, and he's since gone to Wolves and not done very much, and João Cancelo's become the best player in the world. So it's funny how things change with time, isn't it?
It is, and let's not forget this time at this fixture, City lost 2-0 to Wolves with Traore scoring 2 goals, or the tank as we'll call him. Yeah, it was like Antonio the other day, wasn't he? That's absolute beasts. Did you see that picture on social media of somebody oiling him up?
Yeah, he's absolutely massive, isn't he? He's huge. He's like, but we said it with, it's like Antonio for West Ham is similar in that he's a really big physical presence. But what Traore has, which is scary, is how quick he is.
Yeah, he's rapid.
Like Antonio's quick, but he's not like, oh wow, you're proper fast. Whereas Traore, I'd back him to be anyone in a foot race. He's lightning.
You wouldn't like him running after you, would you?
No. The only thing he's missing is a real clinical finish. Because if he had that, he'd have everything. He's got everything to be perfect. He just needs to fine-tune that finishing. But like you say, he's not scored in a month of Sundays, so that means he's first scorer tonight, without doubt. Have
you got a few more minutes? I just want to have a chat to you about one more thing. There's a certain left back who's not even on the bench for us tonight. Has Mendy been dusted then? Is he finished?
It doesn't bode well for him, does it? I mean, Pep's come out and said that Ake is the only injury, the only player who's unavailable for selection. So it doesn't bode well that you got a £50 million fullback that can't even find his way onto the bench. Especially when we've got
Garcia's
a player
going.
who's a fourth choice centre back who's openly said we know he's leaving the club, and he's finding his way onto the bench over a £50 million left back. It really doesn't bode too well.
It's bonkers, isn't it?
But yeah, I don't think we'll see much more of him at City, and I'd be very surprised today when the summer's out.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if many teams would want him. That's the problem. Injury record, he's not, and he's. I don't know. Maybe somebody needs him for a social media job. That could always be.
Yeah.
We could get him on to manage our Twitter.
We've had a couple of them, haven't we? Balotelli was similar in that he had all this potential, and he turned out to be a little bit better on the old Twitter than he was on the pitch. But I think no, that's a bit harsh on Balotelli. Balotelli had some good times. He did enough good to warrant his time at City. Mendy, I'm not so sure he'll go down in the same breath as those sorts of players.
Daniel, how are we doing, pal?
Yeah, not too bad, lads. Rushing about a bit, but I'm here.
How are you doing, Paul? Are you all right?
Hey?
How are we doing? You okay? Have you seen the team?
I had a brief look, if I'm perfectly honest. I've forgotten most of it, but at least I know Rodri's starting and Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, you're going to be happy with that. We're just talking about Mendy. He's not on the bench at all. He's supposed to be fit, not on the bench. He's got to be. His numbers have got to be dusted, haven't they?
He's done for me. I just can't be. I can't be doing with him anymore. I liked Mendy as a person in terms of what he brought to the dressing room. You know, somebody who could liven up even a dark spell in the team. But right now, he's just becoming a bit of a liability. He's stupid off the pitch, with his car on the pitch, and he's utterly useless on the pitch. I know I'm only one-dimensional in terms of my approach to him, but it's one of them where if he's not contributing on or off the pitch, get him out. There's no point paying the amount of money we're probably paying him. Yes, I know a lot of people will go, well, that's 50 million down the drain. We signed some good ones, we signed some bad ones. Luckily, we seem to have found a winning formula at the back, and that's without Mendy. That's all I care about.
I'm just trying to scour the various empty seats to see if I can see Mendy anywhere within the sort of... We've had a couple of times when injured players have been sat near the bench anyway, and I can't see him. So I'm not sure he's actually even here tonight at all. So, like you say, for his long-term prospects, it doesn't bode well.
It's not great, is it?
No, it's really not. But he's fought, and the worst thing for Mendy is as a £50 million signing, he's fallen behind the pecking order to a right back and an attacking midfielder. He is the only senior out-and-out left back that we have in our squad. Zinchenko was brought in as an attacking midfielder. Cancelo's brought in as a right back. And those two, whether it's through talent, ability, attitude, whatever it is, have worked their way in Pep's books to a starting position in Mendy's position over a left back, which I don't know who comes in for him. I don't know how much we're willing to take as a cut on the 50 million we spent on him. But I don't think many managers out there would be looking at Mendy and thinking he's an attractive transfer target for the summer.
Yeah, I think how long has he got left in his contract? He must have a couple of seasons left.
I think he signed 5 years initially, and that was 3 years ago maybe. So I think he's got at least a couple of seasons left. But I think we're looking at, if we can sort of get 20 million quid from a French club for him, I think we're laughing. I think we're looking more towards the 10, 15 million pound region if we're being realistic.
Not far from kick-off, lads.
And just as you say that, they are coming out onto the pitch. I would flip my camera around, but like you say, we don't want to get shut down for streaming the game live.
I'm about 5 seconds ahead of you, Tom.
Yeah. I'll be there in the group chat tonight. I'll type get in and get ready to enter as soon as the ball crosses the line, just to spoil your night, boys. But no, I'm quietly confident, but at the same time slightly reserved in the knowledge that if they play to their potential, they have got the ability to beat us tonight. But I can't see us not playing well enough to get the job done tonight.
No.
Well, let's just look at Ruben Diaz at the back, and this is mad. The statistics of Ruben and what a good signing has been since he's been here. 12 goals conceded. For every 90 minutes, he's conceded 0.39 of a goal, 20 clean sheets, and 9.1 interceptions per 90 minutes. Phenomenal positioning, phenomenal captain material, and a brilliant all-round signing. So let's see what happens today.
100%.
Cool. Right, Tom, we'll love you and leave you, mate. Are you coming back on at half time?
I shall do, hopefully with a smilier face than I had on Saturday. Not that you can see it because I've got to wear the mask because it's coronavirus. So yeah, I will shoot before we get kicked off and I get kicked out. So I'll catch you guys at half time.
All right, pal. Catch you later.
In a bit.
Take care, pal.
Okay, Dan, are you happy to take over, pal, while I crack on with my work that I need to finish off?
Yeah, absolutely, pal. Absolutely.
I love you and leave you guys. I'll speak to you later.
Speak to you in a bit, mate.
Bye.
So, hello, good evening, Blues from me. I'm taking over the pre-match, going onto the match day live. So yeah, you're stuck with me, unfortunately, but I'm sure you can put up with me. But yeah, it is the City versus Wolves watch along with me. I believe Lee will be joining me very shortly, hopefully. Then it's just not a one-man band here. City Dave should hopefully be joining at halftime to share his views. It'll still be early afternoon over in the States, so I'm sure he'll be watching it with a nice cold beer when he should be working. But City's lineup for tonight is Ederson, Cancelo, Laporte, Diaz, Walker, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, with Mahrez, Jesus, and Sterling leading the line. Wolves have Patricio, Cody, Dendoncker, Saiz, Johnny, Moutinho, Neves, Hoover, Semedo, Traore, and Neto playing for them in their starting lineup. So, as always, Blues, keep your comments, keep your views, keep your opinions, keep your predictions, keep your where we need to improve, what you're liking from the squad, who you're liking to see in that starting lineup, and of course, keep your scoreline predictions coming. And I'll go through as many as I can. You know me, I always try and go through as many comments as you can. So share your views, and I'll air them to the world and let everybody know. But yeah, in terms of the opposition, who do you reckon is the main man we need to keep an eye out for? Me, personally, is Pedro Neto. The lad is absolutely phenomenal for 20 years of age. I think he's about 20 or 21, thereabouts. And to put in perspective how young he actually is in terms of where he's come from, obviously this is his second season, well, season and a half in England or something like that. He still lives home with his parents, and I believe his mum gives him a lift to training most days. So it shows you what background he comes from, that he's humble in that approach and that he is an absolute force to be reckoned with on the pitch. So I think he's probably the main man we need to keep an eye on tonight. And of course, there is always the speed and dribble power of Adama Traore, but he's not been firing on all cylinders so far this season. So fingers crossed we can hold him at bay and make sure that we don't suffer that hoodoo of poor form players scoring against us. You know how it works with City. Players having a bad run, play City, you score again. So fingers crossed, as the teams are about to get us kicked off. And of course, they will kneel for Black Lives Matter, of course. Sure, the kneel gets longer and longer every time. But yeah, they're back to the feet, and Wolves will be kicking us off. Of course, City playing left to right, as always, and the game is up and running. So yeah, keep your comments coming, Blues. Let me know your score predictions. Let me know the men are that you wanted to keep an eye on tonight, who your star performances are. And yeah, go from there, Blues. Just give a quick hello to the people who are messaging first thing, just while we're kicking off. Evening, Neil. Hope you're very well. Evening, Nat. Steve Gittins, Wolves fan here in peace because I like City. As long as you're not giving us shite, mate. As long as you're not giving us shite, hopefully it's a good game even for the neutral as well as us fans. So yeah, let me know your score predictions too, pal. Hopefully you're still putting it in City's favour. Jay Mangan, how are you doing, pal? Zinchenko brings more to the table than Mendy and has been more confident game after game. He has. For me personally, he is the best. In terms of the left-back position, the best defensive player we have. Cancelo's more offensive, but he still offers a hell of a lot more to his game than Zinchenko. But Zinchenko's been a revelation again at left-back. So, yeah, hopefully he can continue the form. Neil, Mendy's wasted a lot of time and money. Neil Ho will bring back Otamendi. Dzeko is still scoring goals for Roma. I thought Dzeko left Roma. I think he must be leaving at the end of the season. Neil's going for a 3-0 victory. Mahrez to score the first goal. Ooh, very nice. Just blocking some utter nonce sharing live links again. And yes, I don't use that word lively. City just passing it around the centre circle. Jay, Neto, 1,000,000%. Yeah, he's the one to keep an eye out for. As City playing an early ball and it's saved well by Rui Patricio. It was Raheem Sterling, and it goes out for an early City corner. It came out of the blue, that. So I guess I should start concentrating again. But last one, that's going for a 4-1. J-Mag and Rowan sides is good at set pieces, absolutely. And Ryan, how you doing, pal? And Connor, of course, City. That's what we like to hear. So yeah, whipped in, cleared well by the number 3 for Wolves, which I believe is not Connor Cody. I wonder who that is. I think it's Dendonka in it. But here's Mahrez on the right-hand side. A few step overs. Nice footwork from Mahrez. Still got the ball under pressure from 2 Wolves men. You can see they're trying to target him. Bernardo Silva plays it infield to Kevin De Bruyne. Out further to the left to João Cancelo. Whips the ball into centre. Headed clear well by Connor Cody as far as Kyle Walker in the centre circle. However, João Cancelo and Kyle Walker link up with João Cancelo on the ball. Ball forward to Raheem Sterling on the left wing. He pulls it back to João Cancelo. And then likewise to Kevin De Bruyne. So fingers crossed we get an early goal. As Tom always says, a nice early goal will do us well, do us justice. Fingers crossed we can push on and get a good win tonight, because albeit Wolves are high flying at the top of the table like they were last season, still a tough opposition to break down. Wolves are a bit like Sheffield United for me. Personally, they don't belong in the bottom half of the table. They played some good games, but hey, it's the results that matter, and unfortunately Wolves have been on the wrong end of some of those results. But hopefully City can keep adding to them results for Wolves today, and we can get our 21st win of the season on the trot. Here's João Cancelo on the left wing. Plays the ball forward to Kevin De Bruyne. Sneaks in behind, but he has to hold up the play. Dummies his man. Ball in. Cleared well by the number 32 for Wolves. And that is Dendonka. I don't know who number 3 is for them. I think it's Hoover. Yeah, apparently that's how you pronounce his name, Hoover. Ex-Liverpool player or something. But here's Rodri, centre of the park. Passing out to Ruben Diaz. To the right back position, Kyle Walker. Then plays it back to Ruben Diaz in the centre circle. So City playing very deep here in the opening 4 minutes. Liking to get the ball forward. Here's Gabriel Jesus receiving the ball from Ruben Diaz. Rodri, the ball forward, finding João Cancelo on the left wing. Good ball that on the edge of the penalty box. Tries to beat the number 2. I think that is Hoover. I don't know who number 3 is then. But Neves is able to come away with the ball. Semedo's pushed off the ball by Rodri. Fair challenge, says the referee. And good win ball. Good to win the ball back through Rodri there with a bit of shoulder power, and City back on the ball. Here's Laporte. Interested to see Laporte playing tonight. Obviously, John Stones dropping to the bench. Here's Rodri once again. Infield to Raheem Sterling. Out wide to João Cancelo. And back to Rodri again. So 4.5 minutes played. City 0, Wolves 0. Evening, Lorraine. Hope you're doing very well. Timothy, we should sign Neto. I tell you what, he's not a signing I would say no to. But I'd say give it another season to see what he's really made of. Of course, we've only just really signed Ferran Torres, and well, he's not even been here a full season yet. So let's just let him settle in, and he's had a bright start to his City career. So fingers crossed he can do something well. Ball picked up by City. Raheem Sterling in the centre of the box. Cleared well by Wolves. Adama Traore is brought down on the ball by Ruben Diaz. Bernardo Silva had a shot anyway, even though the whistle had been blown, saved by Rui Patricio, but it will be brought back for the free kick to Wolves. Interesting set of play. I've just seen a replay to João Cancelo on the left wing, playing the ball through to Raheem Sterling. He was one-on-one with Rui Patricio, and left-footed first-time shot. Just couldn't beat his legs and out for a corner in the early exchanges. But yeah, Raheem Sterling put his thumbs up there saying, cheers for that pass. That was a good pass. Hopefully more of them will continue. As João Cancelo almost wins back the ball for City, but here's Wolves with a good interception from Kevin De Bruyne, playing it back to Aymeric Laporte, and City have the ball back with Ederson and keeping hold of possession. So nice, fast, pacey start for, well, mainly City, but at least it's a bit more of a game early on. João Cancelo trying to beat the first man on left wing, almost loses the ball, but is able to find Aymeric Laporte on the edge of the centre circle. Back to João Cancelo on the far side. Infield to Rodri. Under pressure from Traore, finds Ruben Diaz. Pushing forward, Ruben Diaz. Out wide, Kyle Walker plays it back to Diaz. Forward, ball to Bernardo Silva. Good first touch from Bernardo Silva to find Gabriel Jesus, but his pass is poor. But Rodri wins back the ball for City and plays it straight to Kyle Walker. And here's Aymeric Laporte in the centre circle. So some early tackles and exchanges won by City. You can definitely tell the pressure's there. It's what we've been lacking in the previous couple of games, especially against West Ham for me. We've lacked either a Bernardo Silva or Phil Foden, that little terrier-like running in the midfield, trying to break down every ball of the opposition and winning the ball back for City per se. Yeah, it's nice to see the pressure back. Be interesting to see how well a game Kevin De Bruyne plays. Here's the ball over the top to Raheem Sterling in the penalty box, pulls it back on his right foot, out to the left wing position. So number 2 in support from Wolves, Rodri. Kevin De Bruyne, back to Rodri. All on the left-hand side, this. Rodri looking for an infield ball, plays it straight forward to Kevin De Bruyne on the turn, tries to lay it off to Raheem Sterling, but João Marcinho is able to come away with the ball for Wolves. I think we've got Kevin De Bruyne down in the penalty box. He looks to be in some discomfort. Here's Traore. Wolves out kicking the ball out of play. And Bernardo Silva, exactly what I was saying, that terrier-like player, runs in, blocks off the run from Adama Traore and wins back the ball for City. And here's Ruben Diaz. I believe, Kevin De Bruyne is jogging back onside. He looks okay now. He's already commanding João Cancelo where to go. And here is Kevin De Bruyne on the left-hand side. João Cancelo. Ball whipped in, trying to find Raheem Sterling, but it trickles all the way to Rui Patricio in goal. Kevin De Bruyne is just testing out his knee. Looks like he's got quite a nasty cut just above his knee there. Dodgy ball clearance by Wolves there. Kevin De Bruyne picks it up on the edge of the penalty box. That's a shot that looked like it took a deflection, and it did. And it is going out for a corner on the far side to City. Kevin De Bruyne picks up the loose clearance by Rui Patricio. Clearance by Size wasn't very good. Blocked by Mahrez, and it trickled into the pass. Poor clearance by Cody to Kevin De Bruyne, who had a shot, and it's blocked by the number 3 and out for a corner. But yeah, Kevin De Bruyne looked like he had a nasty cut above his right knee. Just see the replay there. Could just be a really big blade of grass, but he's limping a little bit, but he seems to be carrying on okay. It's Kevin De Bruyne to take the corner. Whether it be short or not is a different matter. Steps up, whipped in, deep. Ruben Diaz was there at the far post, but it trickled all the way through. Wolves can't clear as Mahrez still in the penalty box. Lays off Bernardo Silva. Ball crossed in. Laporte's up there for the header. Clash of heads. Laporte's holding his, but Wolves are able to clear. Only as far as Bernardo Silva. Back to Wolves again. We're only clear as far as Kyle Walker and back to João Cancelo on the halfway line on the left-hand side. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Rodri, centre of the park. For that forward ball. He finds Raheem Sterling with the forward ball. Raheem Sterling taking the defenders on. Can't beat the first man, however. Lays it infield to Rodri. Pulls it back. Good play by Rodri there to keep hold of the ball. Here's Kyle Walker. Out wide to Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side. He's got Mahrez up in support if he needs. He finds Mahrez. Mahrez taking on the defender. Beats him. Left-footed. Whipped in. Good ball. Raheem Sterling goes up for the header. Punched away by Rui Patricio. Only as far as João Cancelo in the left wing position. Infield to Kevin De Bruyne, who's dropped back. Forward ball to Raheem Sterling. Beautiful into the penalty box. Lays off to his right foot. Cuts it in. Left-footed in. No one there. Straight to Semedo, number 22 for Wolves. And he's able to clear the ball for Wolves. High up the pitch. And he's looking to find Pedro Neto. He finds Pedro Neto, but he can't keep the ball in play. And it goes out for a throw-in on the far side to Manchester City, in which João Cancelo will take soon. Another nonce with the live links. Please stop that, you absolute prat. Lee Hodgkinson. It is still 0-0, 10 minutes played, pal. Lively start by City. Absolutely. The passes early on have been very splendid, it has to be said. Some great balls through. Just need that final ball to click and find the back of the net. But we've had a couple of early chances, a couple of early shots from Raheem Sterling and Kevin De Bruyne. And yeah, equally saved. Here's Rodri. Push the ball forward. Aymeric Laporte's telling him to play it behind him, but he had a Wolves man behind him, so he couldn't really turn. He had to move forward, but City's still on the ball. Here's Bernardo Silva on the right midfield position. Switches the field of play to Aymeric Laporte on the left-hand side. Got João Cancelo ahead of him. Finds João Cancelo in left wing position. Got Semedo blocking his run. He finds Kevin De Bruyne, who drops in deep. Finds Rodri even deeper, centre away. Switch field of play to Mahrez. Good interception there by Johnny. And Mahrez goes in hard for the challenge, and it is going to be a free kick to Wolves. Was a foul by Mahrez, it has to be said, but at least he was closing down Johnny there instead of getting him away for Wolves there. But Pep Guardiola issuing some early instructions, especially to Gabriel Jesus, by the looks of things. Still yet to really get into the game. Camera pans Sergio Aguero, of course, he didn't have the best of games against West Ham, but it was his first start in a number of months, so he's of course going to still be rusty. But I think hopefully he'll be turning into, well, I say hopefully, it's horrible to say, but I think he'll be turning on to a bit of a super sub, Sergio Aguero. Hopefully he can still nick a few goals on from the bench and find a bit of form, and who knows, he might be able to start and get us a few goals from the start. But as the scoreline is, it's 12 minutes played, City 0, Wolves 0. Bright start from City, 2 shots on target, no goals, however. Aymeric Laporte tries to find Kevin De Bruyne, but he's pushed off the ball by the number 2 for Wolves, and he loses possession. But Kevin De Bruyne chasing the ball down. Rodri wins back the possession, finds Raheem Sterling in the penalty box, He's got support. He tries to play it in, but he claims it took a nick off the Wolves man, but it didn't. It goes out for a goal kick. And it was Dendoncker who was the poor pass, trying to find Neves, and Raheem Sterling probably could have done a little bit better, but a loose pass by Raheem Sterling with his left foot kicks it out for a goal kick. Rui Patricio takes that goal kick. Only as far as Ruben Diaz, but he headed that ball, and he's obviously headed that in an awkward position. I think it's hit his nose. He's down on the deck, Ruben Diaz. I think when he headed that ball, he smashed it with his nose. You've seen a replay. Oh, no, sorry. He headed the ball, but before that, Adama Traore on the turn, completely accidental, it has to be said, swinging arm, smacks Ruben Diaz straight in the face. But Ruben Diaz is a tough nut, so he's back to his feet, and he's not even complaining about it anymore. So it shows the kind of character he is. Good defender and all-around tough bloke as well. Here is Ruben Diaz now on the ball. Aymeric Laporte. Back to Ruben Diaz in the centre circle. No, absolutely, yeah. There's always the odd one in there. It's always these... it must be the same person doing these profiles. Ball whipped in by João Cancelo over the head of everyone. In fact, it was over the crossbar in truth. A poor cross and out for a goal kick. He's capable of much better than that. And I expect to see it later on in this game. But yeah, keep your comments coming, Blues. It's been a bit quiet on the old comment section today. Let me know your thoughts, feelings. Who's the players you're most impressive early on? What style of play do you reckon? Is this style of play working for us? Do you reckon we'll get a goal with this way of playing, with dropping deep, finding the right pass, ball over the top, and maybe final third shot? Maybe we've had a couple of early shots on target. Obviously, haven't found the back of the net, but are Wolves there for the taking in these early exchanges? Let me know. Clearance by the goalkeeper only as far as City players, and Rodri's able to track back in the left-back position and play it all the way back to Ederson to win possession back for City. Here's Kyle Walker. Infield to Rodri. Rodri seems to be all over the park early in this match. He's having a really good game in the opening 15 minutes. He switches the field of play to João Cancelo wonderfully as well. João Cancelo in acres of space. Pulls it infield to Kevin De Bruyne. And here's Rodri again. Ball over the top by Rodri. Finds Mahrez. Beautiful ball. Mahrez in the penalty box. Plays it across. And it's finished by Raheem. Oh, no, sorry. It wasn't Raheem Sterling. The ball in by Mahrez was finished by Dendoncker of Wolves. It is an own goal by Dendoncker. And City have gone goal at 1-0 up inside the 15th minute. Beautiful ball. I was highlighting Rodri earlier on, about literally 30 seconds ago, saying how well he's been playing. Switches the field of play to João Cancelo. João Cancelo brings it into Kevin De Bruyne, who then lays it back off to Rodri. Rodri switches the field of play again to Riyad Mahrez, who is onside. Beautiful ball behind Wolves defenders. And Dendoncker, it was either going to be Dendoncker in the back of the net or Raheem Sterling. The ball was played in wonderfully by Mahrez. Good first touch to control it up. And then, yeah, finished it by an own goal by Dendoncker. And if, like I said, if it wasn't Dendoncker, Raheem Sterling was going to tap it in with his knees. So, yeah, City 1-0, Wolves, City 1-0 up here inside the 15 minutes. So, bright start. Finally got a goal for that. Hopefully we can push and get a second early on. How are you doing, Billy? Hope you're doing well. You're going for... Oh, no, sorry, you're just saying it's 1-0. What's your score prediction tonight, Billy? No, Rodri is on it so far. He is, yeah. He seems to be everywhere as well. It's not as if he's just picking up the ball in his natural position. He's winning balls back in left back positions. You know, he's far up the pitch as well. He's looking to get on the turn and play the ball forward, but of course he's winning balls as well. I'm just seeing the runs he's doing now off the ball. Kyle Walker's on the ball currently, and Rodri is literally finding any little bit of space in and around the Wolves players. Kevin De Bruyne, a beautiful ball out wide to João Cancelo in a left wing position, looking to take on the number 2 of Wolves. Lays it infield to Rodri. Wonderfield do another switch of play, pulls it back, plays it back to João Cancelo. João Cancelo with a ball in, not cleared well by Cody, but eventually cleared by Dendoncker. As far as Traore, looking to get Neto on the run, but Ruben Diaz is there to intercept, and Rodri plays the ball out to Mahrez on the far side. Mahrez takes it on the turn. Slipping left, right, plays it back to Rodri and then back to Mahrez, who then plays it all the way back to Ruben Diaz for a bit of safety. Here's Gabriel Jesus, who's yet to really get into this game on the right wing. Plays it back to Kyle Walker. Infield to Aymeric Laporte. And then out wide to Kevin De Bruyne in the left wing position. João Cancelo just trickling ahead of him. And Mount Laporte back to Kevin De Bruyne, back to Laporte. Laporte's looking to venture forward, finds Rodri, back to Laporte again. And then into the centre circle to find Ruben Diaz, who drives forward here. Ruben Diaz lays it off to Kyle Walker, plays a forward pass to Bernardo Silva, who's gone a bit quiet in the past 5 minutes, but here he goes. Riyad Mahrez, ball in behind to Bernardo Silva, looking to get it in early. He does. Pass back by Connor Cody and cleared well by João Moutinho. Here's Neto. Poor pass by Neto, lays it off to Raheem Sterling, and City just can't contain the ball through Kevin De Bruyne and Raheem Sterling, and Wolves are able to break. But there's João Cancelo getting a little touch on a ball. It's up in the air, and Rodri wins back possession for City. And there's Kyle Walker on the right-hand side. He's got Mahrez making a run ahead of him. Pulls it back, Kyle Walker, however. Plays infield to Rodri, who so far for me has been City's best player, Rodri. He seems to be everywhere, winning balls back, looking to start passes off. And then a switcher play to Mount Laporte on the left-back position. Further out wide to João Cancelo. Under a bit of pressure, plays it infield to Kevin De Bruyne, under even more pressure, and he loses the ball, Kevin De Bruyne, and here's Pedro Neto for Wolves, driving forward on the right wing position. Lays it off to Hoover. Back to Neto. Infield to Ruben Neves. João Moutinho in the centre circle. Then out to the left to Samu Saiz. Samu Saiz? Saiz? Is that his first name? Samu? Sure it was. Ball forward to Semedo. Here's Neto. Driving on the right-hand side, Neto. He's got Hoover in support. Here's Traore, edge of the penalty box for Wolves. Ruben Neves, back to Hoover. And then deeper to Dendoncker, and then all the way back to Connor Cody, who just smashes the ball forward, only as far as Riyad Mahrez. Lays it off to Bernardo Silva. He's got Riyad Mahrez making a run on the right-hand side. Pulls it back. Lays infield, looking for that pass in. He finds the pass in, headed well by Connor Cody, only as far as Rodri, who wins back the ball for City. Lays it off to Kevin De Bruyne, who switches it back to Mahrez on the right-hand side. Driving at the fence, Mahrez. Cuts infield. Switches to field, plays João Cancelo. Further forward to the left wing position to Raheem Sterling. Cuts into the penalty box. Lays it on the right foot. Lays it off to Kevin De Bruyne, lined up for a shot. Crosses it in, however, only as far as Johnny. Lays it off to Kyle Walker, who then can't control it, and it goes out for a goal kick to Wolves. So 20 minutes played, City 1, Wolves 0. Jane, absolutely, yeah. Kev's looking a lot more settled already. He seems to be spraying passes left, right, and centre against West Ham, didn't he? But yeah, he seems to be setting into a bit more of a flow, a bit more of a rhythm in this game. And yeah, he's certainly a big part as to why City 1-0 up as well. Short goal kick by Wolves, and the goalkeeper's clearance there couldn't be kept in by Johnny. It goes out for a throw into City halfway in Wolves' half on the near touchline. Nuno is absolutely fuming with his players. He's not liking what he's seeing early on. Keep it coming, Wolves. As long as City play well as we are, I'll take that any day. Here's João Cancelo on the far side. And Mount Laporte just casually walking as very slow as you can imagine forward. City just looking to keep hold of the ball. Nice little bit of passing. Laporte out wide to João Cancelo. Back to Laporte. Infield to Rodri, who's running to some space to provide an extra man. Beautiful ball forward by Rodri to Bernardo Silva. Plays an even better ball forward to Raheem Sterling in the penalty box. He's got two Wolves men blocking his run. Lays off João Cancelo. First time pass. Finds Kevin De Bruyne. Infield to Rodri. Back out to Kevin De Bruyne. Sterling one-on-one with Kevin De Bruyne as well. But Kevin De Bruyne loses the ball. And now Traore is looking to break, but good interception by Laporte. Wins back the ball for City. And Traore is down on the deck here. And the Wolves men just looking to see City kick the ball out of play, but the referee eventually blows his whistle. Just while there's a stoppage in play, Blues, I'm just going to quickly go get a drink because my voice is cracking and it's disappearing. So bear with me 2 seconds. And I'm back. Sorry about that, Blues. Oh, right. Nothing like a good alcoholic drink to get you to this bed. Better not put it there, actually. Wife will kill me. But yeah, it's Kyle Walker bombing down on the right-hand side. Infield to Bernardo Silva. Back to Ruben Diaz. Wolves pile on a bit more pressure here. Rodri picks up the ball in the centre circle, in the centre of the park. Lays it off to Bernardo Silva, who then gets City back up and running with Laporte on the far side. João Cancelo back to Laporte once again. Here's Rodri, centre circle. It's a bit deeper. City seem to have just, since going 1-0 up, we had a little bit, about 2-3 minutes after the goal, where we had a bit more passing presence about us, getting it in the box a little bit more, but we seem to have just slowed the tempo down, get a bit more passing rhythm in our game, allowing Wolves to maybe come onto us a little bit, but we're still seeing much for the ball. Beautiful ball by Kevin De Bruyne, and Gabriel Jesus just stops running. He could have been through there. Beautiful ball by Kevin De Bruyne. Rui Patricio was coming out of net, but if Gabriel Jesus committed there, he was onside. If he committed to beat Patricio there, I reckon he could have got a touch on the ball and maybe controlled it. Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh, but I think I'm being a lot harsh there on Gabriel Jesus. I think it's just I'm a bit frustrated with Jesus. It's a game where there's been a lot of balls in behind the Wolves defence, and he's not really been on it in terms of getting in positions to pick up the ball. But Wolves have got a throw-in on the far side midway through City's half. So if you've just joined us, it's 24 minutes played. City 1, Wolves 0. An own goal by Dendoncker for Wolves. Wolves playing the ball all the way back to Kevin Cody. Connor Cody, who has to play it all the way back to Rui Patricio under pressure from Bernardo Silva. Lofted forward only as far as our Mount Laporte. Dear me. Here's Raheem Sterling on the left wing position. He's forced back by the number 2 of Wolves. There's João Cancelo. Rodri back to Cancelo under pressure from Traore. Has to play it back to Aymeric Laporte. Sorry, Semedo. Interesting to see how Wolves are playing. They've got a right back in Hover playing today, but they've also got their other right back in Nelson Semedo playing right wing. I never knew he could play there. I always thought he was just an out-and-out right back, but nothing's touch wood works for Semedo yet, but it's interesting to see how he's playing there. But City have kept him at bay. 25 minutes in, Wolves haven't really. I don't think they've had any attack really. In fact, I don't think they've had a single attack, which is good for City, of course, and good for a clean sheet record, hopefully. But we've been by far much the better team, by a million miles the better team in the opening 25 minutes. But long way to go in this game, of course. It's could be a tale of two halves for all we know. Got dry throat, can't shake today, Blues. Here's Edison. Kyle Walker, sorry. Edison. Ruben Diaz driving forward. Good run here by Ruben Diaz. He's beating João Martinho. Lays it off to Rodri in the centre circle. Finds Kevin De Bruyne in a left wing position. João Cancelo's coming from the centre attacking midfield area. Laporte. Ruben Diaz out wide to Bernardo Silva. Infield back to Kyle Walker. 1-2 with Rodri. Kyle Walker has to play all the way back to Edison, who's been pegged back by João Martinho and Adama Traore for Wolves. Kathleen, KDB rolls. He does indeed, Kathleen. Billy, we're just like a well-oiled machine. Yeah, the cogs are ticking, definitely, Billy. Just a shame there's only one goal in this because we've had a host of chances so far. Kevin De Bruyne playing João Cancelo in behind on the left wing. Let's back to Kevin De Bruyne. Ball in by Kevin De Bruyne, had a bit too much power on it, but nice idea trying to find Raheem Sterling making a run behind. So there's a lot of balls being played in behind by City tonight. Wolves are very open at the back. And they just can't find that final pass, that final ball. But nice ideas. Yeah, mate. Ball played out by Wolves, only as far as the City man, and João Cancelo gets back and heads the ball down to Ruben Diaz, who plays it all the way back to Ederson. So City win back possession straight away. This is what I think we were lacking most against West Ham. I know we eventually won 2-1, but you know, there were strong cases that West Ham should have at least got a point out of that game, and I understand why, but I'm seeing against Wolves right now what we should have been doing against West Ham, and that's pressure. Put a lot of pressure on the opposition and win back the ball early on. Then we can, you know, start our own attacks and push forward. Here's João Cancelo driving forward. Well played by João Cancelo. His pass to Rodri just couldn't find the lad. And now Adama Traore is coming away with the ball for Wolves. Here's Johnny. Plays it off to Neto on the left wing position. Plays it all the way back to Size. Good headers to keep the play running by Gian Martino. Hits Adama Traore. Infield to Gian Martino. Good switch of play to find Hover on the right-hand side. He's got Semedo ahead of him. Hover whips the ball in. And when I say whips the ball in, I mean he skied the ball in. I mean, I think that has hit the roof of the stand before out behind the goal before it even come anywhere near. I think it's still rising. I think he's trying to do the recreation, that meteor that hit that went past the earth the other day. That's how high that was. But either way, City back with the ball. Ederson playing a nice little 1-2 with his defenders. Neto just chasing Ederson down a little bit, but Ederson's still on the ball. He's reluctant to release the ball, Ederson. He's put Laporte under a bit of pressure. Now Rodri under pressure. Now Kevin De Bruyne under pressure. And Kevin De Bruyne just has to smash it forward. Good pass in the end by Kevin De Bruyne to find Gabriel Jesus, who needs to come in this game a bit more for me. Here's Rodri. Ball over the top, looking to find Riyad Mahrez. If he can get there, I think he might just... He's nudged off the ball, Mahrez, but back heel to keep the ball in play. If he can find Bernardo Silva, nice idea from Mahrez, but Size is back to win back the possession and just smash it forward for Wolves. And he has found Traore. Nice idea for Mahrez. He knew he wasn't going to bring the ball in through the top of his foot, so he back-heeled it, trying to find Bernardo Silva, who's just a little bit far behind. But City have won back possession once again. And here's Ruben Diaz in the centre circle. Derek from Lorraine has gone for a 5-0 win, I'm guessing that is, Lorraine? Could be. You never know. It could be. Me, personally, I'm going for a 3-1. I think well, before the game started, I was going for a 3-1, but Wolves haven't really offered anything yet. Here's Mahrez driving forward. Lays it off to Gabriel Jesus. Lays it off again to Kevin De Bruyne. Switches the field of play back to the right-hand side through Bernardo Silva. Lays it off Mahrez. Mahrez whips the ball in deep. Only finds Nelson Semedo and smashed it forward to Neto. Neto beating every City man. He's got Laporte, Bernardo Silva, Rodri all chasing him down. He's still managed to find a teammate there. Here's Connor Cody. Out wide to Hover, who can't control the ball. It goes out for a throw-in on the far side to City, in which João Cancelo has taken immediate effect. So 30 minutes played. City 1, Wolves 0. Ruben Diaz in the centre circle. Lays it off to Kyle Walker on the right-back position, of course. Further up the field to Riyad Mahrez, who plays back to Kyle Walker, and then deeper to Ruben Diaz. I do apologise for the coughing blues. I've got a sore throat and a dry throat. I can't seem to shake it no matter how much I drink. Ball played over the top to Gabriel Jesus on the right-hand side. Still got the ball, Gabriel Jesus. Lays off to Mahrez. Finds Rodri in the centre of the park. It seems to have pulled back a little bit by Traore, but the referee sees nothing to it. But City's still on the ball through Laporte. Ball forward to João Cancelo. Lays it back off to Aymeric Laporte. Infield to Rodri. Back to Laporte again. Nice little 1-2 passage of play here for City. You know, just keeping the ball. We're living the pressure a little bit. Getting a feel for the Wolves' pressure and then just looking for that ball forward. Ruben Diaz with a great ball through the Wolves midfield. And Bernardo Silva almost finding Gabriel Jesus behind the line of Wolves. But here's Neto on the ball. Can't beat Kyle Walker. And Kyle Walker's kept the ball. Can't find Bernardo Silva or Riyad Mahrez, who plays it straight to Ruben Neves, who plays it forward to Traore, who is eventually fouled by Bernardo Silva near to the halfway line for Wolves. So Wolves have a free kick. Billy, yeah, I was saying that, the way we hunt the ball down is what we were missing against West Ham. You know, but a bit of a terrier-like instinct just to close down the play, win back the ball, and then start our own attacks and passage of play again. We missed that, and we've certainly shown we can do it in this game. Jesus not been as good for me this season. No, he's dropped off in performance in terms of front of goal this season as well. I agree with that. Especially this game. He needs to wake up a little bit this game, Jesus. He's capable of much more, but hopefully he'll click. Like I said, there's a long way to go in this game yet. Here's Johnny moving forward. Lays it off to Traore. Traore on the left wing. Trying to beat Kyle Walker for pace. That'd be a good contest. Has to play it back to Saiz. With an infield to Dendoncker, of course, the own goal scorer for City. So City haven't even scored tonight by a City player. So Connor Cody, Dendoncker. Switching the ball out to the right-hand side through Hover. Here's Neto. Pulls it back to John Martinho. Ruben Neves back to Martinho. Out wide to Hover. Almost caught out by Raheem Sterling, but Hover's broken away and intercepted and well tackled by João Cancelo, who plays the ball forward straight to Kevin De Bruyne. Left wing position. Lays it off to Raheem Sterling. Here's Laporte. Ruben Diaz. Rodri in the centre circle. Out to the left-hand side to Kevin De Bruyne. He's got João Cancelo ahead of him. Decides to lay it back off to Rodri, just on the edge of the centre circle. Switches the field of play to Riyad Mahrez. Takes a touch straight on the run. Breaking into the penalty box. Riyad Mahrez pulls it back. Bernardo Silva in the penalty box. Lays it back off to Mahrez. Looking to get it on his left foot. Pulls it back. Back on his left foot. Kevin De Bruyne, centre of the park. Ball over the top. Takes a deflection, but it will go straight into the arms of Rui Patricio. So like I said, there's nice passing of play by City. Just that final ball's just not clicking. Riyad Mahrez is having a good game tonight. He's beating his left back opposition very well, and him and Bernardo Silva linking up well, but just not finding that ball in behind well. Clearance by Rui Patricio only finds ahead of Ruben Diaz as always now, and plays it all the way back to Edison in net. Ball out wide to Raheem Sterling on left wing position. Pulls it infield to Rodri. I'm out Laporte on the halfway line now. So City have completed 322 passes to Wolves' 66. We have a pass accuracy of 92. Wolves have got a pass accuracy of 77. So it shows how much we're hunting the ball down, like Billy said. We're hunting the ball down, but City are giving the ball away. Here's Neto trying to beat the likes of Raheem Sterling and Kyle Walker, who combined well to win back the ball for City. And now Kevin De Bruyne and João Cancelo get us back on the run. Infield to Rodri. Out wide to the right-hand side to Bernardo Silva. Here's Riyad Mahrez. Deep to Ruben Diaz on the centre circle. So like I said, City just keeping the ball, trying to feel out Wolves again. Wait for them to come to him, but Wolves are staying compact. Here's Laporte. Moving forward with the ball, Laporte plays it back to Ruben Diaz. And then switches the ball out to the left to Kevin De Bruyne. Further forward to João Cancelo. Plays it back off to Kevin De Bruyne. Infield to Rodri. City just can't find the ball through right at the moment. They're being pegged back a little bit. Every time they seem to go forward, they're pegged back. Rodri, Laporte. And then even deeper to Ruben Diaz, who's the furthest man back for City by Edison. Here's Laporte. There's off to Rodri, who's set back into the centre-back position while Laporte moved forward. Here's Ruben Diaz. Crosses out wide to Kevin De Bruyne, who instantly sprints forward. All City men are running forward. Lays it off to João Cancelo on the left wing. Cuts it in. Headed clearance by Dendoncker. And the linesman has flagged for offside. Good move there by City. The pass by Kevin De Bruyne was just a little bit too late. Slashed the run for João Cancelo, and he was offside. With that immediate bit of pace. You know, we're really slow, compact, as cool as you like with the ball. And then all of a sudden, Kevin De Bruyne whips it, turns on the left, and he's like that, straight down the end. and we couldn't make anything of it. So there will be a free kick still yet to be taken. Still waiting for the free kick to be taken. Finally, it's taken by Rui Patricio. Only as far as Rodri, heads the ball straight to Neto, who heads the ball back to Laporte, who only finds Hover for Wolves, and now Dendonker's on the ball. Here's Cody. Deeper to size. Switches it out to Johnny. Finds Traore well under a lot of pressure. Traore on the turn, lays it off to Neves. Pulls it back, beats Gabriel Jesus, finds Cody. Neves back with the ball, switches for the play to Hover. Brings it infield, good passage of play, and then intercepted by Rodri, who's done that all night so far, Rodri. He's worked his socks off in the opening 38 minutes. Here's Ruben Diaz. And Merritt Laporte on the far side. Plays it back to Ruben Diaz. Crossing it out wide to João Cancelo. Driving infield. Finds Rodri. Ball won back by Adama Traore. Fairly won apparently according to the referee. Went in behind him, but he's still got the ball. Ruben Neves trying to play the ball out wide. And then City are able to intercept the play, and Kyle Walker gets us back up and running. Rodri, Jesus, back to Walker, and now Mahrez. Here's Kyle Walker once again, laying it off to Ruben Diaz. City just doing that thing again, sitting deep, just passing it along the back line. João Cancelo's dropped into a defensive midfield. City just inviting a little bit of pressure from Neto and Traore. It's not really getting the ball forward. However, Ruben Diaz has just told his line, come on, let's just push up a little bit, do this, but a little bit further up the pitch. Kevin De Bruyne tries to let off to João Cancelo. Took a touch off Semedo, and now Semedo is on the run for Wolves here. Driving infield, Adama Traore takes the ball on a touch, on a turn, and then plays it back to Ruben Neves. Here's Saiz. Back to Cody, just on the edge of his own penalty box. Ball forward by Saiz. Finds Neto. Poor pass by Neto. Finds Gabriel Jesus instead on the charge. Edge of the penalty box. Lays it off to Mahrez. Mahrez plays it out wide to Raheem Sterling in the penalty box. Put it back on his right foot. He takes a shot. Rebounds. Lays it off to Mahrez. Has a shot. Hits the defender. And it will go out for a corner to City on the near touch line. Again, it's that speed of play. That instant speed of play. City having a little bit of, sit back. Wolves had the ball, and then there was the instant pressure. And then as soon as they won back the ball high up the pitch, Gabriel Jesus bombed forward, laid it off to Riyad Mahrez, pushed it out wide to Raheem Sterling, cuts in, has a shot with his right foot, deflected off the Wolves defender, headed down by Gabriel Jesus in the penalty box, lays off for Mahrez, who tucks it in on his left foot, has a shot, rebounds off the Wolves man and out for a corner. So nice bit of play there by City. A couple of shots blocked well by Wolves, and we got a result from a corner, in which Mahrez is going to take. Ruben Diaz and Laporte are up there. Ball worked in by Mahrez. Good ball in that. Powerful, headed, and up in the air. And Rui Patricio is able to catch it with both hands and bring it down for Wolves. So 41 minutes played. City 1, Wolves 0. Throw out by the keeper. Under pressure from City again, Wolves, but they're able to keep hold of the ball. Here's Semedo on the right-hand side, cutting infield to Ruben Neves. Pulls it back. Good ball to Matinho. Semedo, Neves, Traore, centre of the park. Beats Kevin De Bruyne with pace and dribble. Traore lays it off to Hover on the right-hand side. Smashes the ball in, but blocked by the first man, which is João Cancelo. Out for a throw-in on the far side. In fact, it's kept in play just by the Wolves man. Lays it off to Matinho. Neves in the centre. Switching the field of play to Hover, and it is offside by Wolves. Sham Messi Ellis, I think her name is, the linesman, whatever you call him. Official is flagged offside for the Wolves man there, and City gets back underway. Like I said, hopefully Lee will be joining me soon. I know it's getting a bit boring hearing my voice, and I've got a bit of a creaky voice tonight. I've got a bit of a sore throat, can't seem to shake it. So hopefully one of the lads will be joining me before long. Tom's going to be jumping on at half-time again. I don't think any of them are really going to jump on it anytime soon, however, so you'll have to put up with me, unfortunately, for the remainder of this first half. Here's Kyle Walker inside to Rodri. Kevin De Bruyne lays it off to Bernardo Silva. And then City straight on the attack again. Bernardo Silva playing it out wide to Riyad Mahrez. Cutting infield. Left-footed switch to the field of play. João Cancelo on the left-hand side. Takes it down well with his chest. Got Hover blocking his run. Lays it off to Kevin De Bruyne. Lines up for the right-footed shot and then well over the crossbar. Good attacking play that from City. Pressure, presence, everything you expect from a City attack. But the final shot from Kevin De Bruyne well over the crossbar in the end. Seen the replay. Oh, sorry. No, it wasn't. It was deflected. How the hell did I miss that? Because it was a clear deflection. And it'll be out for a corner to City on the near touch line. Riyad Mahrez to take. He's had a good game tonight, Mahrez. Of course, would you class it as an assist, even though it was an own goal? Is that what it's classed as? But Riyad Mahrez with the ball in. Another good corner, headed well by Wolves. And here's Neves trying to play out the ball to Semedo. City win back the ball through pressure. Gabriel Jesus in the penalty box. Lays it off to Riyad Mahrez. Takes on his left foot. Cuts in on his right. Back to his left. Whips the ball in with his left. Bernardo Silva in a knock on and it's found. The back of the net through Aymeric Laporte. City 2, Wolves 0. And it is judged offside. It looks to a judge that when Bernardo Silva took the touch with his head, Laporte was offside from that. The ball was whipped in by Riyad Mahrez. Both players were onside. And then Bernardo Silva took a touch with his head. And the linesman is judging that Laporte, when Bernardo Silva took the touch with his head, was offside on the far side. Just seen a replay here. So Mahrez chopping and changed. Cut back onto his left foot. Whipped the ball in. Bernardo Silva well onside. Oh, we're talking armpits again. This is the part of the VAR that I hate. I mean, we literally, it is about that much of the arm ahead of the foot. You know, VAR are going to spend 10 years looking at this. Although, from their angle, this is very close. They do it from the end of the shirt. And I mean, this is millimeter. I think it's going to be onside, this, Blues. Is VAR going to work in our favour here? Still looking at it. That looks very close to me. According to there, I think it's offside. Oh, that is offside my ass. We're talking a hair's width. Head of hair's width. That is ridiculous. And it's ironic they don't spend half as much time looking at that in the depth and detail as they do everyone else. But that, for me, looked a mile onside in terms of the way VAR do it. But, hey, it's VAR. What can we say? They're all God and almighty in terms of the rules of football. But, yeah, scoreline remains 1-0, unfortunately. I definitely believe that should be 2-0. That was onside for me. If you have to go in, that's the one problem with VAR that I hate. If you have to go into the finest of margins on scattered, you know, block-styled screens that you can't even see correctly in the sharpness and everything. Oh, sorry, here's Gabriel Jesus running in left-hand side. Has a shot blocked. Bernardo Silva with a header. Blocked by the keeper, and he has a rebound shot, and it's way over the bar. Oh, dear me. And the referee's blown for half-time. So disappointing. Should be 2-0 up this game. Should be 2-0 up through that offside. And, you know, as I was saying, with VAR, it is half-time 1-0, by the way. With VAR, if you have to look at it in that minuscule view, like you like I say, a hair's width in terms of that, just give the goal. I don't care if it's for City. I don't care if it's for the Dippers. I really don't care. Well, I do, but you know what I mean. If VAR has to go into that much scrutiny and that much detail to check a goal's offside, and if they're that unsure about it, just give the goal. You know, it worked way before VAR. You know, it worked. 2 years ago, we had no VAR, and people were complaining because the goal was offside by a country mile and it wasn't brought back. Now, the goals are being ruled offside by a hair's width, and it's just not right in my view. It's just really not right. But hey, we're winning. Can't be sore losers. Half time, 1-0 up. Own goal by Dendonko. Brilliantly worked in by Riyad Mahrez, it has to be said. Good team display. No player having a really bad game. Couple of players need to get into a bit more. Gabriel Jesus is one of them for me. João Cancelo hasn't been the heights we've seen him, because he's had to drop a lot deeper with the pace and the power of Wolves' front three. So we'll let him off for that. Rodri is having an outstanding game. Laporte and Ruben Diaz having a great game also. Ederson's been a bystander. He might as well get the deck chair out and read a magazine. Raheem Sterling needs to come into it a little bit more. He had a good opening few minutes and then slowly pitted out through that first half. But yeah, a few improvements, but overall, good solid performance in that first half. And of course, we've got the goal to the good. So keep your comments coming through, Blues. Let me know your thoughts, who your standout player is so far, and yeah, let me know your views on that first half, Blues. I'll, you know me, nice big paragraphs if you can. I'll read them all out, and I'll do my best to scrutinise them the best I can. But I'm sure you're on the same opinion. That was a good first half for City, and we should be 2-0 up for me. Unfortunately, we're not. So, but yeah. There's the bloody journo himself.
There we go. It's always a loving welcome off you, isn't it?
What do you make of that, mate?
Well, I think completely disregard everything I said post-match about Wolves coming and having a go, because I feel like they've offered very little as far as the game's gone. I think it's been a pretty comfortable first 45. I must admit, from my seat tonight, I've not had a second look at that offside, which I've been told is incredibly close.
It is ridiculous close. I mean, we're talking a hair's width. It was offside.
Looks more, yeah. Which, you know, we've not had many of them really close offsides go against us this season. So we were due one. We were due one. Hopefully it doesn't have a massive effect on the result. Although we could have quite easily gone and scored 60 seconds later through Bernardo Silva. So yeah, it's been a really comfortable first half, I think. I don't think I thought Ederson would have stuff to do tonight. I thought they caused us problems, and so far at least we've looked as comfortable as we've looked in this run of 20 wins. We've not, without really creating too much, but that early goal has given us something to sort of defend, and I can't really see, unless they come out and drastically improve in the second half, I can't see them finding a way back into the game, in all honesty.
No, 100% agree. 100% agree. Rodri, I was picking him out in that centre of the park, winning balls and setting up play. He's had a really good game tonight. I was saying it to Tom against West Ham. We missed him, but another player that we really missed was the pace and energy of Bernardo Silva. The way we've been closing down the play tonight so far has been exquisite, and he is a big part in that. But I was saying, overall, all players are having a decent game. The team performance is really good. A couple of standout players, but a couple of players that need to step it up. Gabriel Jesus, for me, just needs to get involved a bit more. You know, we've had a lot of balls in behind the back line of Wolves that just haven't come off to anything. They just need to step it up a little bit, the front three for me. Bar Mahrez, I have to say, Mahrez having an excellent game tonight so far.
I think this is the perfect opportunity to give Aguero some minutes.
Yes.
A stark contrast to West Ham, where the two wingers weren't enjoying much of the ball and weren't doing much with it when they had it. Sterling and Mahrez have looked really effective down the left and the right so far. And yeah, like you say, them balls across the box are ones that Aguero sort of finishes every day of the week. So it's, I think hopefully we'll see Aguero get some minutes in the second half. And I think I'll put my neck on the line and say if he gets a reasonable amount of minutes, I think we'll see him find the back of the net tonight, or at least have more of a stay on the game than he did against West Ham on Saturday, because it's very comfortable, very sort of routine for City so far. And if we can get Aguero on in this sort of game, getting that goal that he needs to boost the confidence for the difficult games we've got later on in the season, I think this is the time to do it for me.
Yeah.
I'm having a look, lads, at this offside decision, and his arm was offside there, which
It's
is obviously that well-known part of the body that everyone scores with.
Yeah.
It's
Players just need
ridiculous.
longer shirts.
It's absolutely ridiculous decision.
Yeah.
It
should be
just
foot.
very
It should be
confusing,
part. It should be
isn't
your
it?
foot. If your foot's offside, you're offside. It should be your foot, and I don't understand why they're involving the arms.
Well, I was saying, if you have to go into that much detail on a very bad pixelated screen, you should just give the goal. If you have to look in it in that much detail, and if it's that close, like you said, just give the goal. I don't care, like I say, if it's for us or the Dippers, just give the goal.
See, I've got the, and it's obviously it went against us tonight, but I'm of the opinion in those situations, just stick with what the linesman said. Still make these linesmen and lineswomen still earn this sort of keep in that they've got to make these decisions. If they get the decisions right, that is evidently very close and it could quite easily gone either way. In that respect, when it is that close, rather than getting these really, really fine lines out, just go with what's been given on the field. But that's something they'd have to do consistently say, we're not going to go really pernickety with these lines. We're just going to, if we can't see it after one or two looks with obvious lines, then just go with what's given. But that's where it then becomes a case of it's got to be consistent. But yeah, I think if it's really close, go with what's been given on the field for me.
Yeah, I'm just posting a picture on the Facebook group now, the Facebook page, just to show people how offside it was.
I will go and have a look because I've not actually seen a replay because I'm in one of the little makeshift seats that they put in again tonight. So I've not got the luxury of a padded seat and a TV. I've just got these old plastic seats. So let me have a look what it's looking like.
Tom, Sterling was my man to watch tonight. How's he getting on?
Yeah, I was just saying to Dan then, I think Sterling and Mahrez have both had really decent first half. Sterling had that chance about a minute and a half in, which, maybe could have done slightly better if it's a decent save by the keeper. But he's looked aggressive. He's looked to run at his men. He's looked to do what we all want to see him do, not faffing about with the ball at his feet. Stationary. He's picking up the ball and he's running at defenders. And he's looked really lively tonight. And whilst him being rested at the weekend will have been purely for a rest, I think Sterling's the kind of player who takes that sort of stuff personally. He doesn't like being dropped. No player likes being dropped, but you can see with Sterling, it tends to be when he's left out for a game and given a rest, he comes back fire in the next game. And I think him and Mahrez have been two of our most effective players tonight. I go with Dan again, another mention to Bernardo Silva, because his work rate is absolutely incredible. That guy could run the bloody 10,000 metres at the Olympics and give Mo Farah a good run for his money because he never stops running, that man. So, I think it's just been a really comfortable first half, in all honesty. And I expect to see Wolves make changes at half-time. I expect to see them sort of amend that shape because that five midfield isn't doing anything great for them. They've got to come and give us they've got nothing to lose. If they lose the game 5-0, it's no different than losing it 1-0. They don't need a decent goal difference. They ain't getting any higher in the league. They're not getting in Europe and they're not going down. So they've got 45 minutes here where they can come and try and give us a game, and it should hopefully make for a bit more of an exciting second half.
My concern is we've not scored, well, there's an own goal obviously, but we've not scored more than where we are. So to give you an idea, the final third passes in the first half, Wolves have had 13 in the final third. Kevin De Bruyne's had 18, Rodri's had 16, and Cancelo's had 15. Why we're not converting chances to goals? What's happening, Dan?
It's not as if they're not even getting in good positions. The balls in behind have been exquisite, like I said, just finding the back of the net. We have to give credit to Rui Patricio. He's made a good couple of saves, especially in the opening exchanges through Raheem Sterling. It was a good save. And he's very presence orientated in that back line for Wolves in net, obviously, especially with the corners. He's very commanding. I think it just comes down to clinicalness. We haven't got someone that's clinical, and like what Tom said, I can see Aguero coming on just for someone that will get in that position and just have a smash at it rather than switching a field of play, trying to get a run in behind. Just someone who will pick it up in the centre of the penalty box and just smash it, hit and hope. Because right now, everything's perfect by that. And I think we just need someone who's a bit more clinical with the finishing. I think the goals will reign.
So we've had this is Rodri's stats in the first half: most passes attempted, most passes completed, most ball recoveries, and most interceptions. He seems to be having an absolute belter today on paper.
Having a brilliant game.
So what's going to happen?
Yeah,
We need a quick first goal, don't we? A quick second goal, don't we? In the second half. So where's it going to come from, lads?
I think again, Mahrez he's been sort of a mini revelation recently, and I said it before the game. His ability now to look for the pass and find those passes and find those balls across the box. How many times would we have seen Mahrez in that position earlier in the season try and cut back onto his left foot and have a shot at the near post, and he stuck an impossible ball to defend across the face of the box, and then it was a goal. And if he carries on playing like that, I wouldn't rule against him being the one to create the next big opportunity that comes our way, because he looks almost as though he's been told by his teammates, by the manager, look, you need to start creating more. And if he has been done, if anyone has said that, then it's working wonders, because he looks a different player. So I wouldn't rule against him. I'd love to see him cut back and nail one from 35 yards just to prove me wrong now. But yeah, I'd say Mahrez is having a giggle down that right hand side. So I think he'll look at sort of adding to that in the second half for me.
Did Wolves have a touch in our box that first half? I don't remember them having a touch in our box.
I don't really remember him having the ball, to be honest. I don't know what the possession stats are at half time, but it just feels like we've been camped in there half. And I know we do that a lot, but like I said before the game, I really expected Wolves to come and have a go tonight and sort of give us a game, and they've just really not done that so far. And I think as a Wolves fan, or if I was a Wolves fan, I should say, I'd be disappointed with that first half showing, because they've got nothing to play for now as far as their season's concerned. And these are the games where you can show, right, we should be higher in the league, and we've got the ability to do that. But yeah, not a great first half.
I know it's very unlikely that you've been keeping an eye on him, Tom, but what are your thoughts on Ruben Semedo, their right winger? He's predominantly a right back.
Yeah, I've listened to it on the radio, mate. I've not been able to if they have the game on and I'm working at the same time, I'm watching the game, I can't work. I've heard his name mentioned a lot, but I've just not watched it, pal. I'll be honest.
Have you noticed him, Youngie? Is he more further forward, or does he keep dropping back?
Well,
right back.
In possession, he looks as though he's sitting further forward than he's used to, and it does look like he's playing sort of on the right-hand side of midfield 5. But I think he's just been tasked with defending so much in that first half. We've not really got to see what he's made of, which is interesting, because I was saying in the pre-match with Tom that we were linked with him in the summer. We were linked with potentially swapping Cancelo for Semedo at Barcelona, and he had a lot of hype surrounding him coming into the Premier League, and he's just not really hit those heights yet. But looking at him coming out here for the second half, and he is stood in what is essentially a right wing position in their starting lineup, but he's just not had the ability to sort of have any of the ball in the attacking third. Like Tom says, I don't think they've had a shot or a chance near our box anyway.
It certainly didn't sound like it.
No, but yeah, they're coming out. I love that. Rodri's coming out in the second half, grass stains on his shirt. How many of them going at half time and change his shirt and go, I'm not wearing that again, it's got mud on it. And he comes out, proper solid lad with his muddy shirt, muddy shorts, while they're all coming out in the pristine kits. And I don't know if you mentioned it, just a strange one before they come back to the bench. I don't know if you guys are watching it without sound on, but John Ruddy is the loudest footballer I've ever heard in my life. I don't know if you can hear it from the stadium, but he's shouting from the bench every single time they've got the ball. And it's incredible to listen to. Like he's essentially like a fan in the stands. It's really strange. But anyway, they've just kicked back off, and I'm going to get shouted at for live streaming. So I will chat to you guys at full time.
All right, mate. I'll catch you later. Right, we'll leave you to it, Dan. We'll catch you in a bit, pal.
Okie dokie, boys.
Cheers, dude. See you in a bit.
Welcome back, Blues. So it's definitely kicked off with Tom, but of course he's in the stadium, so he sees it a hell of a lot liver than we do. But the lads are just coming out on the pitch now, so we've got about a 30-second delay with the TV screens. Of course, some of you will most likely be ahead of me as it is, but hey, anyway, we're about to kick off any minute now. Where do you think we need to improve then? Do we need Aguero on? Bit of clinical strikeliness about us, or do you reckon just same old Tom, Tom, you're talking on your phone, pal. You're still on mute. Brunty. Tom Brunt, you're still on your phone. Tom, you're still on the phone. Tom, mute your mic. I think he's gone, Blues. Sorry about the shouting. No, he's still not gone. Tom, mute your mic. I think he's gone now. Right. There we go. He's muted. Thank God. Right, Blues. Right, we're back. Sorry about the shouting there, Blues. How are you doing, Lee?
Yeah, good. Thanks, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Not the best start to the second half on our behalf. Oh dear. What are you making of the game so far?
Yeah, it's been all right. We've played all right. They've just defended well, I think. But I think we'll tire them down second half, so hopefully we'll get a few.
You've been sticking your little. I was going to say you've been sticking your little mask up near Maris. He's having a belting game tonight, so he's certainly working his magic, isn't he? Getting a hand.
Doing all right. Doing all right. Yep.
Yeah, as ever, Blues. Remember to keep your comments coming. I'll read them out as much as I can, as long as they're worth it. You know me. I don't read boring ones. Keep them long. Keep them entertaining. And if you want to shout some abuse at us, make it a bit more interesting to do that until we find a goal. But yeah, anyway, second half is back up and running. City lead a goal to the good, should be 2 in my eyes. I think you'll probably agree with me with that as well, Lee. That's
it's a bit of a strange offside that, because it was his armpit, weren't it? It was onside. It was like, I don't know, his armpit there maybe trickled offside slightly, but
they need longer sleeves on these shirts, don't they?
Oh, it's ridiculous, and it just seems to change each time they do it, don't they? Sometimes they do it from like here. Other times they do it from here, and you're like, well, I don't know.
Can't win, can we? Ball whipped in by Bernardo Silva, deep and over everyone, and goes out for a goal kick. I was just saying, where do you think we need to improve? We were discussing at half-time, me, Tom, about what needs to improve. And me and Youngie were sort of agreed that Aguero sort of needs to come on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just someone to be in that box, just turn around, have a pop, and hopefully find the back of the net, because we've lacked in that final finish, haven't we?
Oh, we have big time. Yeah, I say there's a few chances where you like to think Aguero in the middle would have sorted it out, but yeah, no, it'd be good to change it up, and then, like I say, give him some more minutes as well. Won't harm him, will it? So he'll be itching to get back on the score sheet, won't he?
Yeah,
I see a stat the other day. He's not scored for City in the Premier League in about 400 odd days. You look at that, you think, blimey, neck.
It's got to be his longest goal drought. Obviously, he's not been on the pitch, but
yeah. How many minutes are you on? Oh, I've lost your audio, Dan. I don't know if you can hear us or not. Can't hear you. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Oh yeah, I've got you back now.
There we go. Right, we're back. Right. What time are you on?
49:23.
Are you actually?
Yeah. What are you on?
48:42.
Oh really?
Jesus, you're nearly a whole minute ahead of me.
When you said earlier, Bernardo Silva swept over the top of that, did he?
Proud. You got no. Sorry, where's Peter Kay? That was like a sketch show from one of his shows. Nah, you're proud. Have you not got pause button on yours?
I have, mate. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pause it. Bang on 50 minutes. It's nearly there now.
50 minutes, right? That's all right then. It just makes. I know you probably get a goal notification, but it makes it a hell of a lot easier when we're both celebrating at the same time, rather than me doing the commentary and you go, yes.
I've just turned off my Sky Sports notifications. There you go.
What is it? Bang on 50, you said.
Bang on 50. Yeah, let me know when you hit 50 and I'll hit play.
Right, so you just hit 30 seconds, so not too far behind this. Well, I might as well continue commentary until there is Mara's on the right wing cutting in. It's not going to come to anything, but he's cutting in. Lays off to Rodri. Say Rodri's having a good game. 15 minutes left. 15 seconds left. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 50. Bang on. Right. The level on.
We're together.
Together. Oh, together forever, Lee. Together forever.
Always, mate. Always.
But, no, saying Rodri's having a really good game, winning the ball back and initiating some attacks as well, especially switching the field players. Kevin De Bruyne in the penalty box. Left-footed shot. Oh, and it's well saved by Rui Patricio. Great save. Right. Kevin De Bruyne breaks into the penalty box, has a left-footed shot driven along the ground, and Rui Patricio gets a left hand to it and just scoops it out for a corner to City on the far side. What do you make of that, Lee?
Oh, great save. Great save that was.
Good attack as well.
Look at the replay now. That's going in, that is.
Ball in. Mahrez has another shot in. Doesn't come to anyone, but Ruben Diaz has kept the ball in the penalty box, lays it back further out wide to Bernardo Silva, is having a good game also in terms of terrier runs. Here's Kyle Walker looking to get the ball forward, but he's forced back. He's on the turn, Kyle Walker. He's bombing forward on the right-hand side, beating Pedro Neto for pace, but Pedro Neto goes down and Sean Massey Ellis flags for a free kick. That seemed a bit soft to me. He was going down before Kyle even touched him there. I think he was hoping to get on top of the way he's been playing. But yeah, great. Just seen a replay, an absolute
great save that was
by Patricio there, because that was sneaking into the corner of the net.
Oh.
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne on target there, but if not for Patricio, City would be 2-0 up. But yeah, who's been the standout man so far for you then?
Like you said, I think Rodri's had a good game. I think it's been one of them team games. I think Diaz again has been silently good. The attackers haven't really done too much, to be fair, considering how much of the ball we've had. But De Bruyne's played a few good balls. Yeah, it's quite a mixed bag tonight, really. But I think if I've got to pick one, I'm probably going to go with Diaz again.
Yeah,
bit of a bias vote there because I like him. But
well, no, believe me, you don't like him as much as me. Believe me, the lads will back me up on that. I mean, you see my Discord name now. Well, I don't think you have you?
No, is it?
Oh, I've changed it to a quite erotic new name.
Let me have a look.
Well, erotic if you want a sense. It means something, put it that way. I'll probably get divorced from my wife by the end of tonight, put it that way.
Let's have a look.
Come on. Yes.
Ruben Diaz and I are an item. That's love, that is.
Hey, it's the reason he came to Manchester. He was meant to get a plane to Leeds Airport, but unfortunately got directed to Manchester, hence the reason he signed. Here's Rodri driving into the penalty box, lines up for a shot. João Cancelo blocks the first man and comes back to João Cancelo, and Hover is able to kick it out, but João Cancelo keeps the ball in play, but plays it straight to Semedo, who is looking to get a bomb forward, but Kevin De Bruyne is blocking his run. Looks like Fabio Silva for Wolves is about to come on. What do you make of him? Is he someone we need to keep an eye out for?
We keep playing like this, not really. No, I don't think there's anyone they can bring on while we're playing as we are at the minute that would damage what we're doing.
Yeah. Laney's a big fan of Fabio Silva. He reckons he's going to be a top striker in the next couple of years. He was
I can see.
Signed him up and City would be linked, but he's signed for Wolves, of course. Here's Bernardo Silva into the penalty box, lays off to Riyad Mahrez, cuts in, left-footed, has a shot. Great save again by Patricio. It might trickle out for a corner. Wolves defender just keeps it in, but kicks out for a throw-in on the near touchline. Fantastic save again by Rui Patricio. Riyad Mahrez gets the ball laid off to him, cuts in on his left, has a shot. It was just creeping in on the far post, and Rui Patricio gets a hand to it and knocks it out. And the defender just kicks it out for a throw-in rather than a corner to City, in which we take early. Here's João Cancelo, Rodri, bombing the ball into Kyle Walker in the centre of the park. Lays off to Bernardo Silva, driving at the Wolves' defence. Lays off to Riyad Mahrez on the right wing position. Back to Kyle Walker. And then City slow back play by playing it back to Ruben Diaz. But yeah, it was interesting. We seem to have a few more shots early on this second half. We're looking to get the game dead buried. João Cancelo plays the ball in behind. Raheem Sterling in the penalty box. Leads it to Kevin De Bruyne. And the ball looks to have gone out way before he took the touch, Kevin, there. I have to agree with the referee there. It looked like he left it too long to have a pass there. And it did trickle out of play. And it will be a goal kick to Wolves. In fact, no, sorry. It was offside. Anyway. Back for. Well, it's because he was interfered with play, wasn't it? Technically.
Yeah. suppose they've got to wait and till the shot's taken away. But yeah, it's definitely offside from Sterling anyway. So that's a great save from earlier.
Fabulous save. He's one of them keepers, Rupert Patricia. I don't think he gets plaudits. He does. I think he's got something like 7 or 8 clean sheets so far this season. For a team that's languishing in the bottom half of the table, have that many clean sheets this way into the season, you know it's the attacking threat that Wolves are lacking in. You have to look at Adama Traore, don't you? He's not had a goal or assist all season. Fabio Silva almost played through behind the City's back line there, but Ruben Diaz is able to cut it out for City and quell the attack from Wolves. There's Bernardo Silva having a dribble, trying to tackle himself there, but he keeps the ball for City and lays it off to Kyle Walker, What do you make of Kyle Walker's performance so far this game? He seems to be neither here or there in this game for me. I can't tell if he's been told to play more defensive of a back three or try and get attack in more on the right wing positions. He's not really been involved in any, has he?
No, he's gone up a few times, hasn't he? But I suppose they've not attacked us enough for him to shine in defence, has he? But so he's gone forward a few times. Whether he's just been told to get up the pitch a bit and drop back when he's needed, I don't know. But defensively wise, not much to do. So it's quite hard to judge how he's been defensively. But we'll see in a minute, hopefully.
Hopefully, aye. Semedo playing right wing again. I have to say he's a right back predominantly for Wolves, but he's playing right wing today. Tries to play Fabio Silva in behind City's line, but the bot pass had too much power on it. Will check it out for a goal kick, and which Ederson will take, of course. So yes, 56.5 minutes played. City 1, Wolves 0. Ederson takes the goal kick. He plays it straight to Gabriel Jesus, who loses the ball. He needs to really step it up this game for me, Gabriel Jesus. He's been poor tonight for me. He's not done enough. He's not had a bad game, but he's just not done enough in terms of where the ball's been for the predominant amount of this game, especially in the final third for City in Wolves' half. But he needs to get involved a bit more. But here's John Martino on the right-hand side. Plays it infield to Neto. Plays it off to Dendoncker. Ruben Diaz back to Dendoncker. Nice little 1-2 with Neves and Dendoncker there. Neves plays the ball forward and he's intercepted well by João Cancelo. Switched on as always, João Cancelo lays it off to Aymeric Laporte, who's had a very good game also, it has to be said. Partnering Ruben Diaz, John Stones has obviously dropped to the bench. Whether we might see him today, you never know. Short up that defensive line, I doubt it. But yeah, there's a very strong case for a few changes tonight, wasn't there? I mean, we made, I think it was 5 or 6 changes on the West Ham game for tonight's game. And yet when you look at that bench, you'd think we put half a youth team out, wouldn't you? Considering the strength of that bench, you've got Aguero, you've got I say that and I've forgotten all the names. You've got Phil Foden, you've got I've forgotten the names.
George Paul.
John Smith's on there. Makaleli, I think, was on there as well. We've got a very strong bench tonight, and considering the look of our lineup tonight, starting lineup as well, you would have thought how strong our bench is, but just shows the strength in depth City have, and I think that goes back to exactly what Halifax said at the beginning of the season. Strength in depth is what is going to win us this title for me.
Absolutely. There's Sergio warming up.
Yeah, he's just got his. Looks like he's about to strip down, doesn't he? A lot of late, of course, but it looks like he's about to get the kit on.
I'd do a straight swap for Jesus for him.
I would completely agree. Jesus he's just not done enough for me tonight, and I don't think he will. I don't like the lad, but he just hasn't got into the game tonight.
No, he's like that in so many games, though, isn't he? He's like could do better.
Well,
so many games.
I agree with that. I agree he should do a hell of a lot better in front of goal, but I won't ever take anything away from his work rate. He gives 110 every single game. He's just one of them that is so frustrating. I agree with what Tom Brunt said in the podcast we did the other day. It might be in the live the other day, sorry, where it just takes that one moment. Maybe it's when Sergio Aguero leaves and his striking position, first choice striking position is under threat, because we all thought he was going to be the next man. Obviously, that looks inevitable that he's not going to be now. But I think it will just, I agree with Tom, where it would just take that one thing that will just click and he'll have a run where he'll just score goal after goal after goal after goal. and that will continue throughout his City career. I do personally still believe that. Whether it will happen is a completely
different. You've got to look at John Stones for that, haven't you? How he was and how he is now.
Absolutely. Well, that's a perfect case example. Yeah. We thought he was dead and buried, John Stones, didn't we? But he certainly turned his career around. But Rodri fouling John Martino looks very soft. I think they were both on to one there. Rodri's fuming with the decision, but there is a free kick to Wolves halfway into City's half. I think it's a bit too far out for it to be a bit of a direct free kick. I think it'll be whipped in, won't it, Lee? Yeah, very far out.
Yeah. Be a very audacious attempt from there, wouldn't it?
Well, Ruben Neves has got one hell of a shot on him, though, hasn't he?
He has. I've seen crazier things.
If you look at, he's on the far end of the pitch. I think it's a strange position for him to be. I was expecting him to be just on the edge of the penalty box, ready for a shot. Ball whipped in, and it's found the back of the net. And it's Connor Cody, Liverpool fan of all bloody players, gets on the end of that ball in, and it's headed in by Connor Cody, and Wolves level. That is a poor goal to concede, that.
Do you know what I was going to say about 5 minutes ago? It's a sort of game where we'll be all over them and they'll get a goal from a set piece or a counter attack.
Yeah, it's completely against the run of play. Completely against. It was a soft foul to give away, but just seeing the replay, ball whipped in, well onside. It was Ruben Diaz, all the players, keeping all the Wolves men onside. But Connor Cody ran from the deep position, got head onto it, lost his marker in Rodri and Ruben Diaz. I think Rodri and Ruben Diaz were both marking Connor Cody, and the captains for Wolves was able to head it into the back of the net to level for Wolves. Well, I think it's all guns a-ho now. We've had plenty of chances and not found the back of the net. Guardiola's going to have to tell his team to step it up even more now.
Get Serge on.
Definitely. There has to be some sort of change up front because we are lacking in goals, but I completely agree with you. Jesus off for Aguero. Just start whipping balls in like we have done. And just get Aguero on the end of them and tap them in. I don't care how they come now, just as long as we get that goal. But, of course, there's still a long way to go in this game yet. Rodri plays the ball out to Mahrez. Beautiful ball to Mahrez, it has to be said. Driving in, ball behind. Finds Gabriel Jesus well, actually. Lays it off to Bernardo Silva. Brings it infield to Rodri. Ball over the top, expecting Bernardo Silva to run. But Gabriel Jesus has kept it in. Has a shot, for God's sake.
That's exactly what I mean.
Well, he's in acres of space, Gabriel Jesus. He's just so well to keep control of this ball. And then just smashes it over the crossbar. I think that's exactly what we were summing up, wasn't it, Lee?
That was absolutely 100%. That was.
And he had time as well.
Got to hit the target from there as a striker at this level.
If it's the defender, it's the defender. But yeah, completely agree. It has to be on target. But yeah, we definitely, I completely agree with Billy here. Shit goal for Wolves to shit goal. Come on, City, you need to step it up and be clinical with our chances. We've had a whole host, haven't we? I'd love to know how many shots we've had in this whole game so far, but we're just not being clinical enough. And to think we've not even scored, technically.
Stats, total shots, we've had 12, they've had 1.
Oh, fuck.
73% possession. From the 12 shots we've had, 4 have been on target.
It's not good enough. How the hell we got 20 wins on the bounce is beyond me with a record like that. But even the defence is starting to let in a few goals now, which is uncanny. But it's Bernardo Silva on the edge of the penalty box. Long way to go, of course. Like I said, ball whipped in by Mahrez. Deep, finds João Cancelo well, switching the field of play. João Cancelo lays it off to his right foot, tries to get a shot away, blocked by the first man. I think it was Pedro Neto. Here's Laporte, beating Neto. Laporte dribbling around him like it was Yaya Toure there. Lays it off to João Cancelo. Infield to Raheem Sterling, can't get there, and now Pedro Neto comes away with the ball. But Laporte again intercepts.
He's had a great game.
He's having a really good game. Completely agree. And here he is again on the ball. He intercepted the ball and tried to get City back on the attack there, but Raheem Sterling couldn't do anything. But here's Bernardo Silva, ball in behind. Gabriel Jesus, 1-on-1 with the keeper. Plays a shot on. It's across the face, a goal. Does he get a touch on that, Rui Patricio? Camera pans to him, doesn't it? I think he might have just got a touch, or is he offside, Gabriel Jesus? No, well onside, Jesus there. Beautiful ball in behind. Has a shot, and it did. It took a touch off Rui Patricio's right leg, but I still think it was going wide from Jesus there. But it's a corner to City nonetheless. Kevin De Bruyne take it, whipped in with his right foot. deep headed clearance by the first Wolves man, only as far as Raheem Sterling takes it down, lays it off to Kyle Walker, out wide to Mahrez. He's got Bernardo Silva ahead of him. Mahrez takes it in, left foot, finds Bernardo Silva, ball was behind him, but he's kept hold of possession. Here's Mahrez once again, edge of the penalty box in the corner. Adama Traore pushing him off the ball, but he's still kept hold of it. Infield to Kevin De Bruyne. Poor first touch. Gabriel Jesus just switched off there.
So slow.
And he's offside as well, Gabriel Jesus. That's 2 chances for Jesus now, and he should have done better for both, for me personally. Granted, Rui Patricio saved it, but if you look,
a left foot shot there, shouldn't it?
The shot was going wide anyway.
That should be a left-footed shot into the corner.
Yeah. Or maybe even pull it back. You see Kevin De Bruyne just behind on the camera angle then, acres of space. You can't blame Jesus for having a crack there. Obviously, he's a striker nonetheless. But it just seems like we're hounding Jesus now, but he's not exactly helping himself.
No.
City can't clear the ball well and get an attack. And here's Pedro Neto on the right wing position. He's got Jesus and Cancelo blocking as well. Jesus gets the touch and Kevin De Bruyne wins back the ball for City. Rodri switches for the play to Kyle Walker. Now City might start attacking. Kyle Walker is bombing down the right-hand side. He's got Mahrez and Bernardo Silva ahead of him, but Kyle Walker stops the play and plays it backwards. They look like they look knackered. Especially Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker looks out of ideas for me.
They all look a bit out of sorts, to be honest.
Yeah,
what was that?
He looks a bit disinterested. The ball trickles all the way through to Rui Patricio. Yeah, Shane Mullen. I didn't mention that, but he's got a good point for that free kick. Such a high line again. You noticed that in the past few games when we've had set pieces against us, we have such a high line. I know we've got a lot more pace at the back, but that's when we've got John Stones at the back. He's the quickest of our centre defenders. But we seem to be playing a very high line when we're defending set pieces. Don't know if you've noticed that yourself.
Yeah, a few times now, and it's. But whether they're trying to spring the offside trap or not, I don't know. But so I did see one of the best defensive. I'm going to see this out first.
It's Fabio Silva.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Adama Traore has a shot blocked well by Ruben Diaz, and it will trickle all the way to Ederson, who just keeps it in play, and he's going to take it back into his penalty box and pick it up. So good goalkeeping that. Straight out of his goal, trying to claim that. So at least someone's still switched on at the back. But Ruben Diaz blocking Adama Traore there. I'm so glad he didn't score Traore because, like I said, he's got no goal, no assist. And I said before the game started, we're that team that players who are having a bad patch will love to play against City because they always bloody scored out there. Here's Mahrez doing some good trickery there. He just can't do it. And it's won back by João Martinho. And now Wolves are taking the game to City. Ball played through behind City. Adama Traore bracing in. He's got Ruben Diaz blocking his way. Has a shot. Oh, and that is so close to finding the back of the net there by Adama Traore. And I think it's going to be a corner here. It is. It's a corner to Wolves. It took a touch off Ruben Diaz, and it was a vital touch because that was finding the back of the net from Adama Traore. Whew, that was close. That is very close. Wolves are certainly in for the kill now, aren't they?
They're going for it now.
They're quite right.
Beyond the sails.
Corners.
Oh, it makes some changes.
Wolves 1. Pedro Neto to take the corner. Whipped in. Ederson gets a touch. Goes only as far as Fabio Silva. Brills it back in. Ball whipped back in. All the way through. All the way. Glad Ederson was turned on there because I thought I was going to find the back of the corner from Hover. And it does only go back to Ederson. But yeah, Wolves certainly turning on the magic here. And it was a flick on by Aymeric Laporte. So it's definitely a good thing that Ederson was switched on there because that was going in the back of the net. And Rodri loses the ball through João Martinho now. Wolves have got 5 against 3. Lays it off to Pedro Neto on the right-hand side. He's got Aymeric Laporte. A good block by Aymeric Laporte, but it's still in Wolves' possession. And Adama Traore smashes a left-footed shot well over the crossbar. But yes, City are so shaken at the moment, aren't they? They don't know what they're doing.
That's a great tackle, to be fair.
Are we lucky?
When you even have a goal in this, because they're going to get one.
Yeah. Are we lucky we're not 2-1 down, would you say?
Absolutely, at the minute.
Nat saying take Jesus off and get Aguero on. Right now, we need to make that change. 20 minutes left. If you want to either hold on to this game or at least go for the win, we need to be pressing for another goal. So definitely Aguero on for me. Here's Bernardo Silva whipping a ball in deep. Kevin De Bruyne, edge of the penalty box, has a shot left-footed. Patricio gets down well and grabs the ball safely. 20 minutes of play left, 1-1. Well, what do we do? This is why Pep's paid the big bucks to play his game, make the changes when they need to, and a change needs to happen because Wolves have certainly stepped it up here. But City winning the ball back. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Good touch by Kevin De Bruyne. He's down on the deck, and the referee's given a free kick. I don't know why Kevin stopped there. Did the referee blow his whistle while Kevin De Bruyne was still on the ball, do you reckon?
Yeah, he did. Definitely blew it. I think just before Sterling touched it, or Jesus touched it, whoever was in front.
That is shocking refereeing, that. City had about 4 against 3 there. Either way, City have a free kick. It's a yellow card to Pedro Neto. Very interesting decision for the referee to not allow advantage there. Kyle Walker's still complaining to him, quite rightly so. It was stupid. But either way, City have a free kick. Wolves playing a line just on the edge of their penalty box. Ball whipped in deep by Kevin De Bruyne, only as far as Mahrez on the far side. Chao blocking his run. Lays off to Rodri. Back to Mahrez again. Mahrez a few step overs. Pulls it infield to Bernardo Silva. A lot of these players are having good games early on in the first half have gone a bit quiet. Sterling's not really been mentioned.
No, he's not done too much at all second half.
Here's Gabriel Jesus, left wing side, in the penalty box, doing good trickery with the feet. Managed to find João Cancelo well. First touch by João Cancelo, but he's able to keep hold of the ball. Kevin De Bruyne, centre of the park, lays it off to Kyle Walker. I think this might be the game. Lee, that we drop that winning run. I don't think we're bad enough to lose this, but we just seem to be getting men forward. It just doesn't seem to be clicking. Wolves seem to be doing everything right. Ball whipped in by Riyad Mahrez, headed by Gabriel Jesus. Well over the bar by Gabriel Jesus. I think it might have took a touch off Connor Cody. It did. And it'll be a corner to City. So can't take anything really away from Gabriel Jesus. He rose highest to win the header, well onside. In fact, no, he didn't get anything on the header. It was Connor Cody that touched it. Is it still a corner, I wonder? Yep, definitely a corner to City. Connor Cody with a header away. Ball whipped in by Kevin De Bruyne. Good header. Gabriel Jesus up with a head, but cleared away by Wolves. Raheem Sterling up to try and win back the ball for City, but he can't do it. Good, well taken by Martinho, but he can't control it well. Kevin De Bruyne is breaking through on the left-hand side. He's got many support, pulls it back, lays it off infield to Raheem Sterling, centre of the park. Switches the field of play to Bernardo Silva in the penalty box on the right-hand side. He's got Mahrez doing the overlap. He finds Mahrez, whips in by Mahrez. Oh, and he just took a flick on from Raheem Sterling, and it just goes wide and out for a goal kick. Beautiful play that by City, wasn't it, Lee? Just couldn't find that clinical finish again. It's the clinical finishing that's going to cost us this game.
Is that Aguero in the middle we need on right now?
Exactly. And Mahrez has been City's best player tonight consistently. A great ball in by Mahrez. Nice little flick on from Raheem Sterling.
He's here.
We just need a Jesus model now and a Sterling model and a KDB model.
Yeah.
Lined up on your screen.
Let's get every player and whatever the starting 11 is. Let's put them out.
Chris Stephens made a good point. Would you bring Gundo on?
Yeah. Put him and Aguero on. That gives that straight down the centre then.
Yeah. Who would you bring Gundo on for?
Probably Sterling. Or, I don't know. Maybe Rodri. Straight top. He's had a good game, Rodri, but he's just starting to lapse a little bit.
I think it's because Wolves are coming into the game a bit more. I think Kevin De Bruyne is still in this game. He's certainly stepping up a little bit more than what he did in the first half. But yeah, Raheem Sterling seems to be a bit, like I was saying to you about 5 minutes ago, he's not really been mentioned. And all of a sudden, since I said that, he seems to be on the ball a lot, but still not doing much of it. But João Cancelo's gone a bit quiet. Normally, he's a bit of an influence in terms of the attack, but The whole team's just sort of dropped off. We're getting in positions. We're getting a whole lot of the ball. We're playing the balls in, but it's just that clinical prowess in it. We do need Aguero on right now for the last 15 minutes. Here's Riyad Mahrez. Played well by number 12, 32, Dendonka, and it is a corner to City on the far side. Well, City is certainly coming back into this game in terms of the amount of ball we had. Short corner, Bernardo Silva lays it off to Kevin De Bruyne, whipped in, headed well by Saiz, and now Wolves on the attack through Fabio Silva, lays it off to Adama Traore. He's beaten everyone there, Adama Traore, but his ball was too far ahead, and City win back the ball. City have got 4 men on this left-hand side and 2 men on the right, and Raheem Sterling decides to opt for the 2 on the right. And here's Riyad Mahrez. Best player on the pitch tonight so far for City. For me, anyway. Kyle Walker overlap. Ball whipped in. Headed clear by Connor Cody again, was it? It was. Connor Cody is doing everything for Wolves right now. And it is another corner for City on the far side. Is it just Aguero you'd bring on now then, Lee? Or would you make another change?
I'd do a triple. I'd bring Foden, Aguero and Gundogan.
Here's Kevin De Bruyne, edge of the penalty box, whipping another ball in, blocked by the first man. That seems to be a reincarnation of the first corner we took about 2 minutes ago. The same people, same passes, and the same ball in. Whipped in by Mahrez, deep, cleared well by Rui Patricio, only as far as Raheem Sterling. Good goalkeeping, but Raheem Sterling, edge of the penalty box. Lays off for a right-footed shot. Poor shot in the end, blocked well by the Wolves man. Rodri can't bring the header down to a City player. Now Wolves are on the attack, but it's cut out by Bernardo Silva. On the ball again, turning around, driving at the Wolves defence. Here's Riyad Mahrez cutting in, right-footed. Can't beat the left-back over there. And it is another corner to City. That must be our 11th corner now. If we play this short, we play it short. Bernardo Silva again. Whip it in. We've got the big boys in there. Lays it off to Rodri. Kevin De Bruyne, edge in the middle of the park. Out wide to Raheem Sterling. Left-hand side of the penalty box. Cuts infield, right-footed. Has a shot. Curled in. Oh! I think the goalkeeper just got a touch to that, did he? No, he didn't. It was wide of the target there by Raheem Sterling. That was so close. Beautiful chance by Raheem Sterling. And it was just wide of the goal.
I think that's hit the post.
Oh, it has. It's just nicked the post. Short goal kick from Wolves. Cleared well. And Fabio Silva's able to get there. But Laporte, who's having another good game, he's tugged by Fabio Silva. He's giving him a little cuddle there, Fabio Silva. He's blocking the free kick as well. But no, credit to Laporte as well. You know, Ruben Diaz and John Stones have been our main lads so far this season. But Laporte, like you said, had a really good game. But yeah, City's seen a hell of a lot of the ball, but just can't find the back of the net. Here's Riyad Mahrez on the right-hand side. Looking to cut infield. He plays the ball infield to all the way to Laporte. I don't think they really know who they're passing to then. But Kyle Walker screaming for the ball. Ball whipped in, trying to find someone, but straight to a Wolves man. It goes all the way back to Rui Patricio. Is going to take his time with this now. Are Wolves just going to play for the draw now, Lee? As Gundogan's stripping down and ready to come on?
You know, the worrying thing is I think they'll go for the win.
What, in the dying seconds?
I reckon they'll hammer it in that last 5-10 minutes we get left.
How are we doing, boys? What have I come into here? I don't understand this. Have they just had one shot and one goal? Crikey.
One shot, one goal, exactly. We've had about 12 corners now.
They've turned it. They not only look like Portugal, they've turned into Portugal. Yeah, I think you're right, Lee. I think they're going to come on strong now. The next 5-10 minutes, we need to capitalise. We need to capitalise quickly. A quick early goal, please. With Gundogan coming on, he'll either score or get an assist. Would be the magic one. We draw this. We might as well consider it a loss because we've absolutely battered them for possession. Yeah. I'm still positive though, lads. Where's the win coming from, boys? From your opinion?
Well, I think we've both agreed in it. Aguero has to come on. Has to be Aguero. There's one of them. But like say, Gundogan's coming on. Would anyone bring Foden on?
I'd potentially bring Foden on. I don't see any effort with Foden.
I'd just like to say bring all three on at once. Gundogan, Foden, Aguero.
Yeah.
Completely.
It's coming though, lads. It's coming. Don't worry about it. It's coming.
It's not over yet, Tom.
Oh,
not over yet.
Ball
in behind Skywalker. Pulls it in. And it is Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus.
I've always said he's one of our best players, Jesus.
Come on!
Well, what do you know? We were calling for his head.
I'm more surprised that I'm seconds ahead of you. Sorry, lads.
Halsey, stop being so mean.
Lee, where's Mahrez, doll?
He's here, mate. He's
Get
here.
him on the screen. Come on, City. This is what we need. What, 10 minutes left? 10, maybe 15 minutes of extra time. Let's get another. Let's get straight into him. Mr. Whippy.
Mahrez who picked up the ball, just going through the replay. Mahrez on the turn, plays the ball through to Kyle Walker, just onside, just. Right in behind, lays it off, and again, takes a touch off the defender, and Gabriel Jesus, in acres of space, time on his hands, just smashes at the ball and finds the bottom corner of the net.
Come on, City, let's go!
Massive deflection from a Wolves man there, but it doesn't matter, it's in the back of the net. City 2, Wolves 0, with 10 minutes left to play.
Gundogan coming on. Massive.
Now we just need to show it up in midfield now, don't we? Wolves have seen a hell of a lot more of the ball recently, so we just see it out, get a bit of possession going like we did in the first half.
Who's coming off for Gundo, though? That's the question.
KDB, maybe?
I see, I'd be
Probably
surprised.
could take Rodri off.
I don't think
Bernardo Silva's coming off. Bernardo Silva for Gundogan.
I can understand that. It's credit to Bernardo though. He's run his socks off again tonight, hasn't he? It's like Duracell bunny.
Get in. Come on, City.
Oh, it's just that streak, 21. Come on.
Nah, I'm in Tom's camp now. It's not over yet, Lee. This is the game that I would definitely not
I tell you what, Traore's not scored yet, pal. He's due a goal for them.
Yeah.
Hang on, I just need to see what snood you've got on, Tom.
No, it's this one. Yeah,
The lucky
yeah,
jam.
Yeah,
The lucky jam.
I've not been wearing it all night either.
Well, there you go.
Excellent. Right, come on, City. We just need to keep going and keep pushing. Find the needle in the haystack. Goal opportunities for us. Come on, City. Thread that ball.
But credit to Wolves, though. They've given us one hell of a game. In the second
I've
half.
said West Ham have given us the best game so far, but these are topped it, haven't they?
Yeah. Especially in the second half. They really turned it on and gave us a bit of a backside kick in, especially to get the goal.
Well, like I said to you at half time, this should have been dead and buried at the first half. Because we've not got the clinical striker or somebody that's going to score the 30 goals a year for us. Like we discussed the other day, Dan, in the pod last night, wasn't it? We've not got the 30 goal a season striker. This is why we're in this position now, because we've not got that clinical in front of goal.
And the defence can only hold out for so long, can't they? You know, it's all nice and well getting clean sheets, but we have only been letting the odd one goal in a game when we have conceded rather than 2 or 3. It won't be long before that starts to happen in the odd game as well, because they can only do so much. They need the lads up front to start putting them in the back of the net, don't they?
Absolutely. So, I thought it was Gundogan giving the ball away. No, but it's they're on the attack again. Do you know what? We just need to show up that midfield now. I completely agree. I think Gundogan will bring a bit of. Do you know? I'd potentially give Gundogan a bit of a free roll. Get up front when you need to. Get back when you can. Just secure where you can. Cancelo's so strong there, getting the ball back, giving it to Gundogan in the centre.
He's had a good game tonight, Cancelo. It's been quiet but consistently good. But me and Lee were saying as well, a lad that's gone under the radar a little bit but's had a really good game tonight is Laporte.
Yes. Tell me about him. What do you think?
I'll leave that to Lee. Lee summed it up quite well about him.
Who's that, sorry?
Laporte.
Laporte, yeah, he's like I say, he's sort of been a silent hero, really, and he can get into everything. Go on, Mahrez.
Mahrez taking it into the penalty box, laying it off on his left foot, pulls it back. He just can't do enough. There might still be a chance in this. Gundogan gets involved, keeps the possession in City's favour. Kevin De Bruyne, the edge of the penalty box, and it goes all the way back to Kyle Walker.
On that note, City are now top scorers in the Premier League this season and have also conceded the fewest amount of goals. Good little stat for you there, lads.
Who's second? United?
God, no. Oh, United have saved for goals scored, yeah.
So penalties they've had, isn't it?
Very true.
Oh, don't say that, otherwise the star cadet Bruno Fernandes will be just an average player if he didn't have his penalty.
I tell you what, it's seriously damaging to your health, isn't it, being a City fan? Crikey.
Not good.
Imagine me on Sunday.
You used to have long curly hair, you as well, Tom, didn't you?
I was beautiful blonde locks.
I love that. Did you ever see the montage of the 2012 with that old chap at the end saying, I've been supporting City for, what was it, 70 years or something like that? I had blonde, curly hair. Now look what it's done to me.
So true.
Honestly, my mum was saying once she wishes she had a heart monitor put on me during like high profile games.
Do you know what? I should do that. I should wear my my Garmin on Sunday and check out my heart rate. Do you know what? We need to be careful here because wolves do look dangerous coming forward.
There you go. That's why Gundo's been bought on.
Yeah, 100%. Showing up that midfield and also just protecting that defence a little bit and then getting us a bit further forward. There's Mahrez bombing forward. He's got Raheem Sterling ahead of him on the left wing. If you can find him, he takes it on himself. No, he finds Raheem Sterling into the penalty box. Is he going to cut in on his right? He does. Find a pass. Riyad Mahrez can't break through the last man and get a shot away. And Wolves come away with the ball.
You know what? He's how's Mahrez been this second half? I've not been watching it. Has he been shooting on sight? Has he been cutting in and shooting, or has he been?
No, he's been actually passing it today, unusually. It's a different breed today. He's been all right, hasn't he?
He's been consistent as well. It's not been just like the odd 10 minutes where he has a good match and then goes quiet. He's been consistently involved and really good throughout. He's probably been City's best player on the pitch tonight.
Okay.
Argument.
City concentrating.
Yeah, corner to Wolves here. Big heads, Blues. Big heads. Laporte and Diaz, get this ball clear, please, as soon as you can.
John Martino looks shattered, doesn't he? He steps
away.
up.
Big John Stones gets that away. Come on,
John Stones gets it away. I realised he was playing.
Who was that then? Was that not John Stones?
Rodri.
Was it Rodri? Crikey, I need to go get my eyes tested. Do you know what? I would have put money on that being John Stones. I thought John Stones had come on.
I thought it was Laporte, if I'm being honest. Oh, there we go. Look, trying to make us offside for the goal now. Look.
Beautiful run by Kyle Walker as well, though.
Yeah, he did well there, Kyle, didn't he?
Do you know what our luck would have been? If you look at that replay, the sort of luck we'd get, he hits it, and I'm sure it hits his arm. Yeah, it's the defender's arm. I'm surprised VAR didn't rule that a penalty. Cancel the goal, give the penalty,
brought it back. Yeah, brought it back, wouldn't be surprising.
So, right, we've got a penalty taker in Rodri now, haven't we?
We have.
How confident he was taking the last one. Ooh.
God, I can't see him taking another one, to be fair.
That was sketchy, weren't it? How that went in.
I'd just love to see Cancelo take a penalty. Although, I reckon he's got a streak about him that just smashes him over the bar.
Oh, that could be assist of the season if he gets a goal from here. No.
Gabriel Jesus on the right wing, poor ball in, really.
He's got to find the man there. He's got to find the man there, hasn't he? Have we got one sub left, lads?
2.
Right, okay.
Chaotic defending there for Wolves, just for Conor Cody to bring it down and control it well, as Mahrez was predatoring down. Now Wolves are able to play behind. Kyle Walker's, of course, hopefully, and he does. He goes down, and the referee, I think, is given a free kick, has he? But yeah, 1 minute of normal time left to play. City 2, Wolves 1.
Do you know what? Bring Sergio on for the last couple of minutes. Wolves are pushing and pushing and pushing. There'll be no one better than getting Sergio on the pitch now to get the ball and drive at their defence.
And you mentioned it against West Ham. He seemed to be involved a lot more with the ball and doing a lot more with the ball rather than having a shot, didn't he, Sergio? He seems to be a bit more involved. Looked quite lively.
It's a new Sergio, maybe.
Possibly.
But the thing is, as well, is we need to remember that he's not 24, 25 anymore, is he? We've got to remember that. We just need to show this up now and get the win and get a third goal. I'd be very happy with that.
Here's Kevin De Bruyne bombing through. He's having a good game tonight, Kevin De Bruyne, compared to the one he had against West Ham. That assist, obviously.
Oh, he's giving it away. Gundogan's got the ball, this penalty area. Sterling crossing. Oh, it deflected. Oh, Mahrez!
Raheem Sterling. Riyad Mahrez at the shot, back of the net, and it is Riyad Mahrez.
Yes!
Finds the back of the net, and City are 3-1 up with
Where's
10
the
seconds
goal?
of normal time left
There
to
he
play.
is.
Yes, Mahrez.
Oh,
Relax. Relax.
I've got a sore throat. I've only been doing this for 10 minutes. Brilliant that. I tell you what, I think Wolves were quite unlucky there. They got possession back from some sloppy City play. We won the ball back. Go on, Dan, you talk us through this, pal.
Yeah, just let replay. So yeah, it's Kevin De Bruyne did well and megged the Wolves man there. Wolves had a control of the ball, and it was the lad who's just come on from the bench. Won back by Rodri, I think it was. Gundogan lays it off to Raheem Sterling, can't control it, and the clearance wasn't there from Wolves, and Riyad Mahrez slots it into the corner of the net from just on the edge of the penalty box. Great finish. Back of the net, left side, and City are 3-1 up.
Oh, I tell you what.
1 minute of the free added on.
Their
2 minutes.
Their keeper got the fingerest of fingertips to that as well. He nearly made a brilliant save.
2 minutes of added time left to play. I know it's not over yet, Tom, but I think it is.
Do you know what, mate? I might just call that. If they get another one, I'll be a bit nervous. We are absolutely unbelievable as a team, aren't we? That goal came all the way from Rodri's tackle as well inside. Rodri pushing forward, getting the ball, winning it back. Brilliant.
He's another one that's had a really good, consistent game tonight, Rodri. He had a bit of a blip about 10 minutes ago for about 10 minutes. But in terms of the overall game performance, he's been outstanding.
Who's your man of the match?
Man of the match is Mahrez. He's just been given man of the match as well.
Has he?
Yeah.
I think
he had a brilliant game tonight.
The only downside of winning tonight is our streak could end at the weekend.
Oh.
No, do you know what? It's
and how long before United fans start sharing this image? 21-1.
Riyad Mahrez.
It'll be one of them though, won't it? Yeah, you didn't beat us, so how can you be champions?
Yeah.
Riyad Mahrez has been directly involved in winning us 9 out of our last 9 points. That is an impressive stat. I like that. I like that a lot. Fair play to him.
Lads, we're going to be 15 points clear. 15 points clear.
It's not over yet, Dan. It's not over yet.
30 seconds of added time left to play. And here's Rodri winning the ball back for City. And here's Gabriel Jesus bombing forward. He's got support. He lays it off to Ilkay Gundogan. That's a long-range shot. Good save. And it's in the back of the net by Gabriel Jesus. But the flag has gone.
Offside.
Where's the offside from that?
I'm glad that didn't count.
I don't know where the offside was from that.
No, I don't. The commentator said he thought it was onside.
Seen a replay.
That's onside. That shot from Gundogan was onside. It's got to be a goal.
Yeah.
It's a goal. That's got to be a goal.
Has to be. Gotta be.
Was that the linesman that gave that as offside?
Yeah.
Was it the same linesman as before?
The lineswoman, yeah.
Well done.
What's her name? Can't remember what her name was. One who's Sergio touched up.
Massey Ellis. Good shot by Gundogan.
That's got to count, surely.
Got to be, yeah.
This City team are ridiculous. This squad is amazing. How we've come back from that. Because that when it got to 1-1, it was definite squeaky bum time, them lads. He's definitely onside. It's 4-1. Come on, City. Definitely onside. Even I'm going to call that one, Dan. I'm not that blind.
Yeah, you can see the gap between the black and yellow line. The black line's ours, and yeah.
Why have they put in like 5 or 6 extra lines in this? You can see it's onside.
They're trying their best, aren't they?
Fucking hell.
You watch it. You'll get a little. There we go. It's onside.
Yes.
4-1 City. Good attacking play, and that's good running in from Gabriel Jesus as well, who suddenly, after me and Lee berating him, saying we need to get him off because he got back of the net, has got a brace.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I was just giving it onside. Why is the referee still waiting? And it is a goal, 4-1, and Tom Young's joined us, so that must mean only one thing, that it is full time, is it not?
It is indeed. Wow. I tell you what, as far as 4-1 wins go, we were made to work hard for that, weren't we, man? I tell you what, that was...
Did that feel hard work?
That's the first little get-in at 2-1 that I've done all season, I must admit. I give it a little fist pump, but that was as far as it went. That was that second half is what I expected from the game from the get-go. And that was a really enjoyable watching that second 45. And on another day, we spoke about Adama Traore's inability to sort of have that clinical edge. He had 2 half-decent chances there to put them 2-1 up. And another day, Wolves win that game. I think 4-1's really harsh on Wolves. But yeah, we win again, boys.
Yeah, do you know what? Fuck them.
You know what I mean? 21 in a row, boys. There you go. You can't get banned for streaming it. I'll show you the players heading off the pitch. There you go. The game's done. So
Brilliant.
It just has the way off there. There you go. I'll give you a little sight of the FPL.
Brilliant. Do you know what I can't wait for tomorrow, Tom? Boring City. It's boring watching City. Rubbish.
That second half, I really enjoyed that second half. That was a quality 45 minutes of football, that. And yeah, credit to Wolves. Whatever Nuno said at half time, they looked a completely different side in that second half, and they caused us problems. And yeah, but again, we weren't at our best tonight. Far from it from period to that second half. Anyway, so to come out of that game 4-1 winners is I don't know what to say about this team anymore. I genuinely feel like we're never going to lose another game of football ever again, because we just find a way every time to get through these games. And credit to Wolves, like I say, they were very good in that second half. And yeah, on another day, if they'd have come out of that game 2-1 winners, I don't think you could have really questioned it. But 4-1 it is, and yeah, we go again for United on Sunday.
Do you know what, lads? I don't know if you lads ever watched him play, but Sean Gota was hated by some City fans, even though he did so well for us. I genuinely think Jesus is our new Sean Gota. The amount of abuse Jesus got at this game and then goes and scores 2 goals is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. I'm buzzing. I'm well chuffed for the lad. Sod it. 15 points clear, lads.
I've seen the table now. Wins out of 27 games, 20. Drawn 5, lost 2. 65 points, 15 ahead of United, plus 39 goal difference.
Wow.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. And yeah, like Tom's just said, Jesus with, I think, again, I've not seen a replay of that chance he had at 1-1 where he's flashed it wide. I don't know if it was saved, but then this is what we've said about Jesus. It's one thing you can't question is his work rate and his ability to go after them second balls, and he's got himself 2 second chance opportunities and scored 2 goals from being the quickest to react, the most determined to get in and get out them second balls. And that's as important. Like you say, if the ball goes into the back of the net, it doesn't matter how you score it. Scoring from 35 yards top corner or tapping in a rebound, a goal's a goal at the end of the day. You don't get more points for style. So having a player that has that sort of that determination to chase down them balls is so effective. So yeah, I wouldn't say he had his best game in a City shirt tonight, but he scored 2 goals, so happy days.
He won't care, will he? 21 games, lads. David Silva, 21. Pretty impressive, that, boys.
Go for Richard Dunn next.
Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Good quick thinking, that, Lee. Quick thinking, that, pal. Nice. Like
you know what's bad is that Gail Clichy came to my mind, and that shows my age. I'm sure Gail Clichy was 22. He was the first player that came to my mind when I thought of a City 22. Let me check that. I'm right there. I'm pretty sure.
Well, if we get to Phil Foden, we're going to win everything, aren't we, lads?
That'd be nice. I'd happily get to Edison, to be honest.
As Billy Ambler says, sublime, just sublime, brilliant. And I think you're right, Tom. 45 minutes worth of football, you're not going to get much better, are you, for a neutral watching that? But for a City fan, I was nervous.
Well, this is exactly what we said at half time. Is they had no reason to not come out and play like that in the second half. But I must admit, when I said that, I didn't think they'd come out and play as well as they did, especially when you consider how lacklustre they were in that first half. They didn't look up for it tonight. And then, like I say, whatever was said at half time, really, the players have really bought into it. And yeah, on another day, if Adama finishes one of them chances and they go 2-1 up, they probably go on and win that game. So we've cut our luck in the last couple of games. West Ham arguably had the better chances on Saturday, and again Wolves had big chances tonight. But we keep finding a way through these games. We ride our luck when we need to, and then when this is what if teams give us that opportunity to avoid those like I'm losing my words. Them missed chances from Traore. You can't afford to miss those chances against it. And we're now in a position where we've got that killer instinct that right, you've let us off here. You can't let us off because we're going to go and win the game, and that's exactly what we did tonight. We had this sort of 10-minute spell where Wolves were on top. We overcame that, and then we went on and, like I say, 4-1 flatters us, 4-1 harsh on Wolves. But the scoreline doesn't lie, does it? You know what I mean? It's another win. It's yet another win, and we 22 on Sunday, hopefully.
Derby Day. All form goes out the window. I don't think we should count Derby Day, to be honest, unless we win.
It'd be horrible for the run to come to an end against them, wouldn't it? That's the one thing. If we had dropped points tonight, I thought, well, at least it wasn't United who stopped the run. But now we're just gonna have to win again on Sunday, aren't we?
I tell you that the team would be more motivated than ever, if not just because the lose against United is bad enough. Losing the record against United would be terrible. I was heartbroken when we could have won the league against United a couple of seasons ago, and I went to that
2-0 up at half time.
Honestly, mate, I was heartbroken losing that game. And I tell you what, we need to take that mentality into that game and let's go, we're going at them today. Forget 21, 22, 23, whatever. Straight in, get the win, get it done with. I don't care how the ball goes in the back of the net, let's just score.
Yeah, well, I can't see us, but I said it tonight, I can't see us sort of underperforming again. And I wouldn't say we necessarily underperformed tonight. We like you said at half time, Tom, we weren't particularly clinical in that first 45. When you look at that first half and how much we dominated the game, it should be out of sight by half time. And we sort of left Wolves a lifeline at 1-0. And credit to them, they took advantage of that for a period in that second half and they found a way back into the game. But I think ahead I don't think to the bigger teams like United, I think ahead to the bigger teams in the Champions League further down the line, like actual good teams like Bayern Munich and teams like this. And these are the games where if we get these times where we're dominating the ball, teams, we got let off against West Ham, we got let off against Wolves, and that they didn't take the chances they were given. But better teams will. And we need to make sure that we're in a position when we come up against these better teams further down the line, that when we do dominate periods like we did in the first half, that we find a way of killing the game. And it sounds weird to be saying that after a 4-1 win, but we just need to refine that clinical edge that we've had for the large parts of this run and refind it for the Champions League.
I said that with 10 minutes to go, mate. I think you're spot on. I think you're absolutely spot on. I was thinking when their goal went in, I really don't want to be in a position where we're not scoring, we're not putting the game to bed. We should have won that. We should have been 2 or 3-0 up at the half time, but we weren't because we've not got that consistent 30 goal a season striker playing for us.
Exactly, but then we say Jesus goes and scores 2. We come out after the game, Jesus scored 2, we won 4-1, and on paper it looks rosy. But again, you think that some of the chances that Jesus misses as well, you need a striker who's going to get those tap-ins, but who's also at 1-1 when he puts one wide, and it's like he did a similar thing at Everton at 1-1, and you need someone who's going to take those big chances as well. And we've had this discussion about Jesus. I just don't see him as a long-term person to do that for us. And we need that Haaland, that Lukaku, if that's who we go after. You know, these players who do consistently score 20, 25 goals a season. And I do think that's going to be something that's going to be top of Pep's wish list in the summer.
Yeah, completely agree. Just looking at the match stats, possession 73% to 27. Shots, City had 22 to 6. Shots on target, we had 10 to their 1. Corners, we had 10 to their 2. Fouls, 9 for us, 5 for them. On paper, it looks cut and dry, but it didn't feel like that at all.
No, it really didn't. It was, but it was an exciting watch. It really was an exciting watch, and that was a kind of game again where with fans in the ground, you can imagine them Wolves fans at 1-1, and you can imagine how sort of anxious City fans would have been in the ground at 1-1. And they're the games where the away end really helps you out at times like that. When you're on top in a game where you probably shouldn't be in the game, they shouldn't have found a way back into the game based on the first half. And if they had a full away and they're bouncing at 1-1, and we're they're a little bit cautious and the fans are on their back, you know, these things with fans, we say it's all sort of, it's academic and it's hypothetical stuff, but games can be changed by fans. And I do think again tonight that with fans in the ground, you might be looking at a different result at full time there.
Just looking at some stats here, and this was Guardiola's 100th win at the Etihad tonight with City. Last Saturday was Guardiola's 100th win at the Etihad with 99 for City and 1 for Bayern Munich. So I'm glad I bet he's happy to have that ticked off, isn't he? I like that stat. That's clever. Brilliant. Right, lads. Anything else to add before we shut off? And Tom, will leave you to your evening.
No, I don't think so. Just another win, and we keep going. We go again and get 22 on Sunday. Then we get 23 against Gladbach, and like you say, we'll be at Kelechi and Acho's shirt number in no time, and everyone's a winner. So, you know what I mean?
Well, before we sign off, we're going to do. We'll be on about an hour before kick-off on Sunday, doing the warm-up and preview show for that. I'll probably be sweating 20 minutes into that through nerves. Lads, welcome to join us. Tom, any word on your ticket to United?
I'll probably find out on Thursday. I'm not anticipating being in on Sunday. I think we'll have all your big Henry Winters and your proper journalists here rather than me scavenging my way into the ground for a couple of fixtures. But, you know, fingers crossed. And like I say, if I am here, I'll be on the pre-match. If not, I'll jump on the pre-match from my bedroom, which is just as exciting.
Top man, yeah.
I'll come and give you some chat on Sunday either way.
Nice one, top man. Lee, make sure Mahrez doll is around, please. I'll wear my suit. Dan, brilliant as ever on the commentary, mate. I loved listening to that while I've been working. And it was definitely more entertaining than doing presentations. Nice one, mate. Right, boys. See you later, Mahrez. See you later, boys. Have a good night.
See you later.